Former coach Dave Waggy in the fight of Parkinson's disease, also raising money for his wife Cheryl Waggy, who is fighting cancer right now. So thoughts and prayers go out to both Dave and to Cheryl in both of their fights. Two great people. I've known Dave for 20 years since I came here to the Carroll Broadcasting Company 20 years ago. So always enjoyed getting to work with Dave and watching his teams play, and what an amazing coach and just guy he was. And I know he was a great teacher as well. Tom Hawkap, one of our former employees, full-time employees at the radio station, still helps out and does some games. Certainly went to school up at Wall Lakeview, Auburn, and learned from Dave years ago. And Tom told me how wonderful of a teacher that Dave was in the classroom. And no surprise there, great teachers generally make great coaches, and Dave was one of the absolute best in the business when he was on the sidelines here at East Sac County. Raiders having a really good year right now, though, under first-year head coach Brandon Steiger. They come in 17-6 on the season overall. They're 6-0 right now in the Twin Lakes Conference, having won their last 5 matches. They knocked off Storm Lake St. Mary's and Manson Northwest Webster 3-0. And then at the South Central Calhoun tournament last Saturday, they beat Winterset Carroll and Kingsley Pearson at 2-0 in each of those matches. For ACGC under head coach Barb South, they come in 11-3 on the season. They're 4-0 right now in the West Central Conference. They're 4-1 though over their last 5 games, having lost their championship game in their own tournament on Saturday to an outstanding Glenn Ralston Ball Club, falling at 2-1 in that one. Their wins are over Nottoway Valley, Exira, Kimballton, West Central Valley, and Perry, winning all of those by a score of 2-0. Now, ESAC has been together for about 14 years or so. ACGC's been much shorter than that, so not a lot of history between these two programs. The only time that ACGC and the Raiders of ESAC have met up was in the postseason back in 2020, and ESAC won a thriller 3-2 to advance on that season. That was an outstanding Raider club. So we should have a good one here tonight. I'm looking forward to this one. I really like the way this Raider team's been playing. They're typical of ESAC in the fact that they don't let the ball hit the ground very much. Jan Aschinger having a really good year in the back row for them. And then they've got some outstanding weapons at the net. Kate Vondrak has moved into kind of that setter role, but also getting the chance to hit this year. Kenna Meyer having another outstanding year as a senior, and Addison Ehler has taken her game to a complete another level this year and is putting together an outstanding year for them as a junior this year, actually leading them in kills. We'll step away, take a break, back with more of our Mackey Motors Tailgate. Mackey Motors Tailgate brought to you by Mackey Motors of Lake City, recipient of the GM Mark of Excellence Award for 15 years running. Find new roads at Mackey Motors in Lake City, or check them out at MackeyMotors.com. We'll step away, back in 1 minute right here on Kick 106.7.
Motor Inn of Carroll is your hometown team for all of your sales, service, parts, and collision needs all season long. From the helpful sales staff to the area's best service department, Motor Inn of Carroll has the expertise that you need to stay on the road and keep that auto investment looking good. From work to play, they have it all. Good luck to all the area teams from Motor Inn of Carroll.
This is Iowa, and Avela Bank has called Iowa home since 1870. With 17 locations across the state, we're proud to be part of your community. Right now, you can open an Avela Bank Simply Free checking account for you or your business and get a new debit card immediately. We'll even buy your old bank's unused checks. Stop by or visit us online to see how we're making better banking available for you. Avela Bank, member FDIC.
Fuel, recover, and perform. Of course, it's the Mackey Motors Tailgate, brought to you by Mackey Motors of Lake City, recipient of the GM Mark of Excellence Award for 15 years running. Find new roads at Mackey Motors in Lake City, or check them out online at MackeyMotors.com. When we left you, we were talking about the kind of season that ESAC was having, especially at the net with her 3 outstanding hitters. Addison Ehler leading the team right now with 132 kills on the year. Kate Vondrak second on the team with 126 kills, and not too far behind her, Kenna Meyer with 112 kills. So those 3 really putting together some very, very good years. Now, they'll run 2 or 3 different setters out there. Of course, Kate Vondrak, one of those setters, as she plays all the way around, and Vondrak leading the team with a 238 assists on the year. Not too far behind her is the senior Sydney Barrett, who's an outstanding golfer as well. The 5'7" senior's got 174 assists on the year. And then they've also gotten Ella Wilson in here as of late. And Ella is playing well for them, a 5'3" junior, and she may be the kind of the future, at least for next season, in that setter role. I'm sure there's going to be some younger girls and some other setters that are going to get in there and try to battle for that spot as well. Jen Aschinger, as we mentioned, leading this team in the back row. The libero just gets all over the floor, not afraid to dive and sacrifice her body. She leads the team right now with 163 digs on the year. Kate Vondrak leading the team in 2 other categories, leading them with 39 blocks and also 23 aces. Now the Raiders, good swinging team at the net. They're hitting a 253 kill efficiency so far this year. They've got 478 kills on the year. 463 of those have come off of assists. So they're running a pretty really smooth offense and getting kill attempts and stuff where they're not getting a lot of overpasses and those type of things, but really working the ball well, and that means that they're working well with their setters. They're averaging about 21 digs per match so far this season, so that's pretty good in the macro, and they've got 91 blocks on the year. They're serving at 92.7%, averaging just over 4 aces, not quite 4.5 aces per match so far this year. So a good serving team. I think that's an area where they would probably like to see themselves improve a little bit. For ACGC, leading them in kills right now is a 5'10" freshman, Stella Largent. Her sister is, of course, playing up at UNI and had an outstanding career at ACGC as well. She comes in with 119 kills, also leads them with 25 aces. Shay Lemke is their setter. She comes in with 239 assists on the year. Mercedes Richter, another senior, leads them in the back row with 96 digs. And Camden Richter with 7 blocks. This is not a team that blocks a lot. They're not a real tall team. Just 26 blocks on the year, but they were pretty good in the back row. 506 digs, averaging 36 digs per match. So that's pretty good. They've got 5 different girls between 73 and 96 digs, so they're really balanced in that back row. They're strong at the net, not maybe as good a hitting team, not the depth that ESAC has. They've got 277 assists on the year with 294 kills out of that. They're hitting a 154 on the year. Now, they're a more aggressive serving team. Their serve percentage not as good at 88.4, but they've got 117 aces on the year in less matches than what ESAC has. They're averaging 8.3 aces per match. So this is going to be a team that's going to challenge ESAC County with their serve here tonight. We'll step away, take a break. We'll be back with lineups and more of our Mackey Motors pregame after this 3-minute timeout here on Kick 106.7.
The freshman here, it gets him more prepared and gets them the transition from high school to college is very nice to have that.
Smaller campus, so it's a lot easier to know where you're going. It's hard to get lost here. And there's always a smiling face to help you if you don't know where you're going.
It's really nice to be able to get college credits to maybe go further degree or just use your auto program to go into the workforce right away.
Being a part of a team is not only fun, it can give our students a sense of identity and help them develop long-term relationships. This is Dr. Nate Luth, Next Generation Chiropractic. Student athletes, make sure you are taking care of your body before, during, and after the game. Proper warm-ups and cool-down are vital to staying on the field or court, and having regular chiropractic appointments can help reduce the risk of injury. Stay in the game by taking care of your body. Good luck to all area student athletes this season. Let's stay healthy and have fun.
Midwest Wholesale is your local building products headquarters. We have everything you need for your smaller home improvements to the building of your home or commercial building. We pride ourselves on giving you top-notch service, quality products with competitive prices. So whether you're a do-it-yourselfer, a contractor, or you just need a little help on a project, Midwest Wholesale is a one-stop resource for all your building needs. Midwest Wholesale, how you want it, when you want it, where you want it, we deliver.
St. Anthony Regional Hospital, the regional leader in healthcare, dedicated to improving the health of the people they serve. At St. Anthony Regional Cancer Center, you'll find the convenience of cancer and oncology consultation and treatment in one convenient location. At St. Anthony Clinic, you'll find a team of doctors and nurses that care about you and your family's health. St. Anthony Clinic is devoted to comprehensive healthcare for people of all ages. For every stage of life, always look to the cross. Always St. Anthony.
For almost 150 years, Roselle Mutual has been insuring homes, farms, and so much more in Carroll and the surrounding communities. We offer outstanding coverage whether you need it for your shiny new car, your next ATV ride in the trails, or boating day on the water, or you're looking to put better protection on your family home and farm. Roselle Mutual and Grinnell Mutual are here to provide you with expertise, exceptional service, and quality insurance for all of your needs. For commercial, farm, home, and auto insurance, give us a call today at 792-4525. Roselle Mutual, proudly insuring the area since 1876.
One of the best kept secrets in Carroll is JP Flooring. I was looking to replace the floor in a couple rooms at home. It can be super overwhelming with all of the options available. I popped by JP Flooring and was super surprised and impressed with the showroom and selection. I had no idea how extensive their product lines were. They have a designer on staff that helped me narrow down what I was looking for. When you change your floors, it changes the whole character of a room. I used their product visualizer and could literally see in advance what the styles would look like in my room. I totally recommend JP Flooring in Carroll.
Mackey Motors at pregame show continuing on. Jason, you got to flip that around. There you go. Phillips, we're jumping him on the air late here tonight, folks. He's going to do some color commentating for me here, and we certainly appreciate that. But how are you, man?
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, good to see you. I appreciate you. You were standing up here having popcorn and supper, and I said, hey, do you want headphones?
Yeah, you know, when you do double duty, you know, you coach football and then you come watch volleyball.
Yeah.
Lots of fun.
Yeah, you weren't anticipating being on the air tonight.
No, I didn't know you were going to be here.
Well, we thank Jason for jumping on and helping us. I see Angie and Eric McCullough over to my left, so we welcome them here as well. Let's take a look at our starting lineups tonight. First of all, for the Chargers of ACGC under head coach Barb South. Again, they are 11-3 overall, 4-0 in the West Central Conference. They'll be starting a 5'4 senior in Jenna Rowley, a 5'2 senior in Hayden Kaufman, a 5'10 freshman in Stella Largent, a 5'5 sophomore in Becca Littler, a 5'6 junior in Shay Lemke, a 5'9 senior in Mercedes Rittker, and a 5'8 sophomore in Camden Richter with Hayden Kaufman again as their libero. Starting lineup scheduled for Esac County tonight. The junior, the 5'1 senior, in Jen Ashinger, the 5'6 senior in McKenna Meyer, the 5'9 junior in Kendall Quirk, the 6'1 senior in Kate Von Drack, the 5'8 senior in Cameron Ross, the 5'9 junior as well in Addison Ealer. And Sydney Barrett, also the 5'7 senior, into that starting lineup. Ashinger again will come in as their libero. It is gray out night here tonight again, and Jason, as always, give you a chance to kind of comment on this a little bit. What a great crowd for gray out night here tonight.
You know, it's always been that way. They support, ALS a lot, and they do an awesome job here. And, you know, like they said, it's the longest running fundraiser or whatever you want to call it in the state of Iowa for that. So it's kind of awesome.
It is, and the kids had some really nice T-shirts they were running around with, and they always have these things that they take out to the crowd, and this year they've got cups, and they're running them over. They're running them all the way over to different people in the crowd, so that is.
You know, there's a little bit of candy in there. It gets a little bit of sugar. It gets a little bit hyper. You know,
yeah,
so
is that why they're giving it to the students?
Yeah, that's just the students.
Yeah, okay.
I think last game it was. Little white volleyballs that they initialed. So
yeah, I've seen that before where sometimes they throw them up into the crowd, but this time they've got the old red Solo cups.
Yeah,
and so most of them are running over there with two, so they're giving 2 sets of them away. So if it's a lot of sugar, the kids should be in really good shape after this, right?
Yeah, for sure. And they actually get fairly loud over there, so they kind of have fun. So that's a good deal.
You guys have always had a good student section at volleyball games, especially.
You know, it's kind of funny that, you know, you say that because, you know, we've had a pretty good tradition that's gone on for a long time here, and we've always supported the volleyball programs a lot. We're trying to get that changed a little bit in basketball since I am the basketball coach. But we're getting better there too, and it's fun to see all the kids and all the parents and all the spectators, because there are a lot of spectators here that don't have kids that are playing, so that's fun.
Yeah, and I mentioned to you when I came here tonight that I thought it was kind of cool. One of the things that I see when I come up here for Grayout Night is a lot of former players in the crowd and kids that I covered years ago. So that for me is always fun. I see some of the Dross girls down here and McKenna Meyer and just a ton of them over here to the left as well. So just kind of cool to be able to see some of the former players that I've covered over the years here at ASAC County. I just saw Shay and Maddie Quirk over in the stands here tonight as well. So
we have a lot of good players too. Some have gone on to play after high school, and you're right, they do come back to support the Grayout and ALS, and when we're halfway good, everybody comes to watch. So.
You bet. We'll step away for our national anthem. Back with more volleyball coverage coming up in 2 minutes. Right here on Kick 106.7. Thanks for listening to the Mackey Motors Tailgate Show.
Family owned and operated since 1948, Quant Auto Salvage is the area's best full-service scrap facility. Whether you are looking to sell scrap iron, vehicles, or batteries, or you need to locate that difficult-to-find part for your vehicle, they have what you need. And if it isn't in stock, they can locate it with their nationwide parts database, or you can pull it yourself at their You Pull It. Quant Auto Salvage. They sell the best and recycle the rest on Kitty Hawk Avenue in Carroll.
People want and deserve more comfort, efficiency, and reliability, both in their homes and places of work. Dries Company will be there to meet these challenges, whether we are designing a new system or servicing your existing equipment. We are a rapidly growing company that strives to meet and exceed all your expectations. No matter if you are looking to buy new appliances or need the help from one of our certified technicians, we are here for you. We pride ourselves in our installation and service. Dries Company, servicing the Carroll area since 1933.
From footings to framing to finish. For farm, home, or commercial, for more than 90 years, Wall Lake Lumber Company has been proud to help our communities grow. With 4 convenient locations and one of the largest building material inventories in the area, we are sure to be able to fill all your building needs. From project design and estimating to friendly advice, we can't wait to be part of the process for you. Wall Lake Lumber, with locations in Wall Lake, Lakeview, Odebolt, and Carroll. We're not your grandpa's lumberyard.
Oh, hell no! Not again! Has the roof on your home or business been damaged by the recent hailstorm? Does your roof need looked at? Let our hail damage experts at Brinks Exteriors work for you to get you a new roof. Call 712 Roof Pro. We know the last thing you want to do is worry about your biggest investment. Hail happens, but we can fix it. Call Brinks Exteriors now for a free roof inspection. 712 Roof Pro.
Coming to you live here from the Gatorade broadcast booth, distributed by Pepsi Beverages. Gatorade helping athletes feel, recover, and perform. Jeff Blankman, Jason Phillips. We've got Megan over here running our video here tonight, so you can watch and listen to Grayout Night. Go to YouTube, search CB Sports Network, and you can watch and listen to the broadcast. Got Nathan Durner back in the studio as well, monitoring things here tonight. So should be a fun one here tonight. Casey Miners and I, again, will have recap stories from all of our area volleyball and the cross country from earlier tonight. All that posted for you coming up later tonight on the Brinks Exteriors Sports Report. And we're up here in the mezzanine area, if that's what you want to call it. I always call it the landing up here on the end of the court. ESAC going to be on the far side of us, so ACGC going to be right down here below us. I love this view from up above, Jason.
Yeah, it's fun to watch because you can see how high the ball's going, and and you can see where they're passing it a little bit better, and it's one of those things that it's kind of nice to have this up here.
Yeah, State used to always stick us down on the floor behind, so you were having to look through one team to see the other. At least here we're up above, which is a much better angle. Sydney Barrett going to serve things off for East Sac County. Largent to Kaufman, and also Littler in the back row. And it will be Kaufman, the libero, in the back middle. I'll work it up now to the left side. A big swing on the way, and that is going to be a kill for Mercedes Richter. The Raiders able to get a touch on it, but it drops in for the first point here tonight and the first lead of the night for ACGC. They'll serve it away now with Mercedes. That'll be taken by Ealer. Up to Barrett into the middle to Quirk, and that's going to drop in off the fingertips of Rowley. So Kendall Quirk picks up a kill. Barrett with the assist. The Raiders on the board, and they've evened this one up at 1-1. Serve on the way by Meyer, going to be taken by Camden, and now dumped across that time by the setter, Lemke. Raiders will get it to Vondrak out of the right side, dug by Cowley over to Lemke. Back into the back row attacked by Mercedes. There's two Richters on the floor, so we're going to try and call them by their first name so you know which one we're talking about. That one was Mercedes Richter. She's now got 86 kills on the year. She drops that one in, and it's going to be 2-1 in favor of ACGC. Serve coming up by Jenna Rowley. Low serve just over the net. Played by Ashinger over to Barrett. Right side Vondrak tipped across and kept alive by ACGC. They're going to be able to free ball it across with Camden. They'll come back over to Vondrak. That one is going to drop in. Thought maybe that one was behind the antenna that time, Jason. But it looks like it goes in, and Kate Vondrak picks up her first kill.
You know, it was a little bit outside, but she didn't jump, so she just went cross court for that one to get a nice, point.
Quirk heads back to the service line. That'll be played up by Mercedes to Lemke. They'll come left side to Largent. Has to free ball that one across on a kind of a heel shot off of the heel of her hand. And now Anderson Ealer picks up her first kill, 133rd on the season for her.
You know,
the Raiders have taken the lead at 3-2.
You know, we've got three girls that hit the ball pretty well, and the other ones just complement them.
Yeah, that's our first lead change here. Serve receive by Littler. They'll go into the middle, tipped across by Camden. Dug nicely, but over by Ealer. Kaufman goes to Lemke, now left side, and the swing is going to be a kill for Largent. So Stella Largent, the 5'10 freshman, gets her first kill, and we're tied up for the third time here tonight, this one at 3-3. Serve coming up here. And the serve on the way, going to be played up by Vondrak. Barrett goes back to Vondrak right side. Dug in the back row that time by Ritker. That's Mercedes over to Largent. And that'll be up off of Meyer into the net. Two straight here for ACGC. They've grabbed the lead back now at 4-3. Serve on the way again. That'll be played up by Meyer to Barrett. Now to Vondrak off the right side. That one is behind the antenna. And that is going to be out of bounds. A 3-0 run here early on. And Jason, the one thing you always wonder, you got all the emotion of Gray out night. It's kind of like senior night, type of a deal. How long does it take kids to get through all of that stuff and kind of get refocused?
It probably takes longer than it should. But they're also high school kids.
Yep.
And, and ACGC is a good team, so it's something that we're going to have to work on to get a little better here.
Addison Lockery with the serve. She'll pick up the ace. It's now 6-3. Serve on the way again for Lockery. Played up by Meyer to Barrett, left side. Ealer, big swing. The block didn't get closed that time, and Ealer wisely hits it right in between the block. That's her second kill here tonight. Raiders back on the board as they trail it 6-4.
We seem to start slow in a lot of our matches, and then we gain some momentum, and I foresee us doing that here shortly.
Kate Vondrak with the serve, jump serve, going to be played up into the air by Kaufman. They'll send it over to the left side, tipped across by Littler, dug and back over by Vondrak. Dug up that time by the libero Kaufman. They'll go back over to Largent, and the freshman gets it through the block that time. Caitlin Schmidt had checked in for the Raiders. And that is going to get through the block for a point, and that'll make it now 7-4 ACGC. Cameron Ross on the floor for East Sac County. They'll send it over to Ealer on the right side, dug by Kaufman, over to Lemke. Right side to Littler, going to go deep, dug by Ashiger. We're going to get a net violation, going to go against East Sac County. And the lead has grown to 4 for the Chargers here at 8-4. And Jason, I talked about it early in the pregame. I think it was before you got on the headphones. But this is a team that digs really well, and they've kind of done what East Sac's done over the years to everybody else and not let kills falling in.
If you can dig and get the ball back across and let other people make mistakes, you're always in the game, it seems like.
Serve went long that time. It's 8-5. Ealer with the serve, comes back right at Largent. Kept alive that time by Lemke, but unable to play a third ball as anybody. So a nice serve by Ealer. Gets the Raiders on the board. It's 8-6.
And, we have a lot of good servers, and I think that's one of the things that we're really good at, too. We serve the ball exceptionally well, and that always helps.
Free ball to cross that time up by Mercedes. They'll work at left side. Kenna Meyer, big swing. That one's going to sail long. Tried to go over the top of the block that time. And it's now 9-6.
And when she gets on a roll, she can hit the ball really well.
Yes.
So we'll be looking for that.
Camden Richter back to serve. Serve played by Ashinger up to Vondrak. Sets it left side again to Meyer. Block late, getting over by Littler, and she's going to be a net violation, going to go against East Sac County. So lead back to 4. That matches their largest lead here at 10-6. So again, heading back to serve, going to be Camden Richter, the 5'8" sophomore for the Chargers. Jump serve, going to sail long. Good communication by Ehler and Ashinger in the back row. And that'll make it 10-7. And Jason, you get a cover, and Coach, I should say, Jen, in basketball. She doesn't play basketball any different. She plays volleyball. Always hustling and not afraid to dive all over the floor.
And you know what? She's a great leader, and that's what this team needs, and she's doing a good job of it.
Raiders with the ball. Vondrak into the back row attack now from Ehler. Dug that time by Cowley. They'll work it over to the left side. Tipped across that time up by Mercedes. Raiders get it left side to Meyer. That's going to drop into the donut, but dug up by Kaufman. Back over to Mercedes again. Popped up into the air by Vondrak, and we're going to get a net violation. This time going to go against ACGC. And the Raiders within 2 here at 10-8 as Ashinger again heads back to serve. Serve comes to Mercedes back left. They'll set it over to the right side to Littler down the line. Popped up by Meyer. Vondrak pushes across deep corner and drops it in. Kate Vondrak with her second kill has pulled the Raiders within 1 here at 10-9. And a great decision that time, Jason. The defense had all been pulled up. She found that deep corner where nobody was at.
She did. She's such a smart player. She's going to go play somewhere after high school, and that's good for her.
Ashinger again going to serve. Again going to come at Mercedes back left. Lemke will set it up for Mercedes on the left side. Touch to the net, played by Vondrak. Kate Schmidt sets it up for Vondrak off the top of the net, dug by Kaufman. Lemke again sets up back row attack for Largent, dug by Ehler. Vondrak into the middle to Quirk, tipped up into the air, popped up by Largent, and we're going to get 2 touches on that pop-up. And we are tied at 10-10.
And both these teams are evenly matched. It's going to be a great match to watch.
Serve again comes at Mercedes. Lemke goes right side to Littler. Touch to the net, popped up by Schmidt. Vondrak over to the left side, and Meyer just able to tip that one across. Littler comes to the line, but nobody got to the second ball. And East Sac has come back to take an 11-10 lead.
Communication's a big deal, and we just got to keep plugging away here.
Ashinger on this service run. That'll be taken up by Largent, tipped up over the net. We're going to get a back row attack, going to go on ACGC. Another one for East Sac County, and they lead it here 12-10. And Jason, Jen right now not getting aces, but her serve is really taking ACGC out of system.
It has, and it's different serving, hard and then soft, and then, just different placement.
Littler going to get the kill that time on the tool. Kendall Quirk came over, but she was still coming over to the side, and that ball ends up going off of her and out of bounds back on the Chargers side. So she didn't get over there and get those hands.
She didn't get her hands in the right spot.
Yep. So Littler will head back to serve now. Serve on the way, played by Meyer. Nice serve receive up to Vondrak. Quick set for Quirk in the middle, but unable to get that one over the net. And we are tied at 12-12. That is our 5th tie here in this first set. Littler again with the serve. Played up by Ehler, now to Vondrak. Right side to Schmidt, touch to the net, got it through the block that time of Rowley and Mercedes Richter. So Schmidt picks up the kill. And the Raiders will lead it here by a score of 13-12.
We changed a lot from last year, and I still think they're learning a little bit about where they're playing and where they need to be. And because, Kate didn't set at all last year, but she's doing it this year a little bit.
Barrett back in, serves. They go into the middle, and Kendall Quirk with a big block on Jenna Rowley. You can't go straight in the middle because there's always a blocker standing in the middle, and especially with Kendall Quirk being the one in the middle.
I was going to say, Kendall's so good in the middle. It's unbelievable. She's got great timing, and she gets it done.
Barrett with the serve low and into the net that time. That time the toss was off to the side a little bit, and she didn't get a real solid, firm hit on it, and came kind of off the side of the hand, just didn't have the power to carry up over the net. Mercedes again will serve for the tie here and going to get it with the ace serve. Second ace here tonight for ACGC, first for Mercedes. And we are tied for the 6th time in this first set, this time at 14-14.
You know, she had one of those serves that moved sideways a lot, all the way down the floor, and them are hard to handle.
Float serve again, played by Vondrak. Over now to Barrett, left side again to Vondrak, and that time hit that one. She was trying to cut line, ended up going more cross, but it came off the hand sideways. And ACGC has taken the lead back here. Our 4th lead change as they lead it 15-14. Back at Vondrak, popped up, struggled on that one. She was backing up. Another ace serve, and we're going to get a timeout called by Esac County. The Raiders trail it here 16-14 in set 1. We're back in 30 seconds here on at kick 106.7.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you've worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
Esac County down right now by 2 here in this first set, in a set that has gone back and forth. Again, we've had 6 ties and 4 lead changes so far in this first set. Served by Mercedes, going to be played by Ealer up over the net, tipped down that time. But kept alive by Esac, but they're not able to get it across. It's going to go off of Ealer, and that's going to be a lockery with that point. And the lead is back to 3 now for ACGC at 17-14. Serve again by Mercedes, played nicely on the serve received by Ashinger over to Sydney, left side to Vondrak, and Vondrak going to pick up the kill. That is number 3 for her here tonight, and that pulls the Raiders back within 2 at 17-15. Kenna Meyer heading back to the service line, popped up by Littler, up to Lemke. They'll come left side to Largent, blocked but out of bounds again off of Quirk. And that's going to make it 18-15. And Jason, that's just a half step too late. You're still running towards the sidelines, and all your momentum is taking you that way.
You know, they just gotta move the feet a little bit quicker.
Serve off the top of the net, dug by Ealer, over to Barrett, back over to Ealer. That'll be popped up into the air by Rowley. They'll work it over to the left side to Largent, and that's going to go behind. Nope, doesn't even cross the net. She was going up into the net to get to that one. I thought it was going to be behind the antenna and go across, but it didn't. It stayed on the Charger side, 4 hits, and it's 18-16. Sorry about that, Jason.
No, you're good. You're good.
Served by Kendall Quirk, again short and into the net. So some service mistakes here for Esac County late has kept ACGC in the lead here. Lockery going back to serve. Serve played up by Ashinger to Barrett, now into the middle to Ross. That'll be dug overpass, tipped back over by Ross. Kept alive that time by Camden, but it goes backwards and out of bounds. And the Raiders will pick up the point. Nice athletic play that time by Cameron Ross to be able to go up and get that ball on a second jump.
You know, we have 2 good, really, middles.
Yep.
They do very good blocking and hitting the ball.
Cameron does a nice job at third base, so athlete to be able to play third base as well. You got Largent out of the right side this time. Big swing, did not get the block over there, and Stella Largent picking up her 3rd kill. The lead is 3 for the Chargers here at 20-17. Serve now on the way by Largent, played by Ashinger. That'll be an overpass. Lemke will set it left side for Rowley. That'll be dug again by Ashinger. Another overpass, tipped down that time by Mercedes, but kept alive by the Raiders and free balled over. Kaufman to Lemke, right side Littler, tipped across, popped up by Ross. Vondrak comes left side to Ealer, goes deep and sails it long. Didn't get transitioned, folks, and that set was right up above her, and if you're standing under the ball and you jump, there's no way you can get the ball out in front of you.
Well, and you can't get up high enough either, you know, so.
Largent again with the serve, played by Meyer. Nice serve received to Vondrak, right side Ealer, touch to the net, popped up by Lockery. They'll go left side to Mercedes. That'll be dug by Aschinger back middle. Vondrak goes left side. Ehler down the line. Last touch by Lockery. And the Raiders will pick up another one.
And when she gets time to get back and get a good run at it, she's been pretty good. So, you know, we just got to keep doing that a little bit more.
One of the things I've always said is that it's hard sometimes for the person that makes the original pass to the setter to get transition, but you see a lot of setters go back to the girl that made the pass to them, and sometimes they just haven't had that chance to transition. Free ball to cross by Ross. Largent now over to Lockery. Left side it comes. Mercedes with the swing. Dug by Ehler over to Vondrak. Left side now. Meyer touched at the net. Popped up and over the net back to Esag side, but out of bounds. So Kenna Meyer going to pick up the kill. Her first here of the night. And the Raiders within 2 here at 21-19.
You know, I think we just got to pass the ball a little bit better, and we'll be right there.
Ehler with the serve. Played up by Kaufman. Lemke now into the back row to Largent. Big swing. Dug by Ehler. Vondrak goes at right side. Schmidt down the line. Played up by Kaufman to Lemke. They'll work at left side again. Big swing by Mercedes. Dug by Ehler off of Vondrak. Tipped over by Meyer to the donut. Sargent to Lemke. Right side now to Littler. She'll put free ball at deep. Played by Ehler out of the back left. Right side set from Vondrak to Schmidt. Going to drop into the middle. Caitlin Schmidt with her second kill. 5th assist of the night for Kate Vondrak. And the Raiders have pulled within 1. We've got a timeout on the floor. We'll step away with them back in 30 seconds here on Kick 106.7.
Olson's Outdoor Power is your one-stop service and equipment shop for all things outdoor. We sell the best power sports products in the business, from Polaris, Can-Am, Sea-Doo, and Ski-Doo, trailers to tackle any job from H&H, Triton, and Wilson, and we continue to lead the way in lawn and garden equipment with great products from Exmark, Dixie Chopper, Husqvarna, Cub Cadet, Steel, and Echo. Add factory-trained technicians in 2 locations, and it's easy to see why Olson's Outdoor Power is the leader in all things outdoor. Olson's Outdoor Power, your one-stop service and equipment shop with locations in Atlantic and Carroll.
Company live broadcast booth distributed by Pepsi Beverages, Gatorade helping athletes feel, recover, and perform. Egan over here to my left. Of course, she is running our video production. Nate Durner back in the studio monitoring things. Serve on the way. Played by Largent. Littler out of bounds. Gets it over to Coffin. That's going to be into the net. The Raiders score out of the timeout. We're tied at 21. Our 7th tie here in this first set.
Sometimes that's all that it takes. Just get the ball over and let them make mistakes.
Haven't had a lead change since ACGC went up 15-14. Raiders trying to change that. Kaufman up now to Lockery into the middle. Tipped across and dug back over beautifully by Aschinger. They'll set up Largent out of the back row. Goes deep middle. Played by Ehler. Bump set left side now from Vondrak to Meyer. Dug nicely by Kaufman. Lemke goes back over left side to Mercedes, and that's going to drop in front of Ehler. And that is going to put ACGC back up 1 here at 22-21, and Camden Richter will head back to serve. Again, 2 Richters on the floor, folks. I don't like calling people by first names, but then it lets you know which Richter it is. So I'm calling the Richters by their first name. Vondrak gets it over now, and free ball and it across is going to be Ross. We'll see what ACGC does with that. Big swing played up by Vondrak. Meyer comes back into the middle. Free ball over by Ross. Cameron to Mercedes, back over into the back row to Largent. Dug nicely that time by Ehler, but it's going to be an overpass and put down by Rowley. So ACGC staves off the run, now up 23-21, and they've got the serve here with Camden. Camden with the serve, played by Ehler. Up to Vondrak. Left side Meyer, big swing. Up to the net to Colley. It'll be tipped over, and then there's Caitlin Schmidt. Her 3rd kill. That was an overpass on the set. And Caitlin Schmidt with her 3rd kill pulls the Raiders within 1. And Jen Aschinger, Jason, who had that big service run early, heads back to the service line.
Yeah, you know, Jen needs to get a few more here, and Caitlin's doing a great job for a young sophomore.
Played by Largent. Up now into the middle of the Lemke. That's going to go deep, and the Raiders have tied it. They set up Rowley in the middle. Tried to run it quick, but she didn't get jumped in time and hit the ball on the way up, so that ball sailed on her. Aschinger again with the serve. Played by Largent. To Lemke, left side again. They get it over to Mercedes. Dug by Aschinger under the net, trying to get to it, though, is Kenna Meyer. And ACGC again staves off the run. They've got set point here at 24-23. And back at the service line again, the 5'5 sophomore, and Becca Littler. Littler's jump serve low off of Ashinger, kept alive by Meyer. Schmidt free balls it across. Littler up to Lockery, left side. Big swing by Mercedes, dug by Vondrak. Can Ashinger free ball it across? She can to the donut. Rally to Lemker, left side again to Mercedes. Big swing, drops in. And ACGC has taken the first set here tonight, winning it by a final of 25-23. We'll step away. We'll take a break. We're going to be back right after this 2-minute timeout right here on Kick 106.7.
DePaco Credit Union strengthens your well-being. Build strong communities. Because when our members love life, it makes a brighter community for all. DePaco can help you be well.
Man, could not have done it by myself.
Motor Inn of Carroll is your hometown team for all of your sales, service, parts, and collision needs all season long. From the helpful sales staff to the area's best service department, Motor Inn of Carroll has the expertise that you need to stay on the road and keep that auto investment looking good. From work to play, they have it all. Good luck to all the area teams from Motor Inn of Carroll.
This is Iowa, and Avela Bank has called Iowa home since 1870. With 17 locations across the state, we're proud to be part of your community. Right now, you can open an Avela Bank Simply Free checking account for you or your business and get a new debit card immediately. We'll even buy your old bank's unused checks. Stop by or visit us online to see how we're making better banking available for you. Avela Bank, member FDIC.
Classes as a freshman here, it gets him more prepared and gets them the transition from high school to college is very nice to have that.
Smaller campus, so it's a lot easier to know where you're going. It's hard to get lost here, and there's always a smiling face to help you if you don't know where you're going.
It's really nice to be able to get college credits to maybe go further degree or just use your auto program to go into the workforce right away.
That ESAC wanted to drop in that first set here tonight.
It's something that we've done before, and I think they've grown as a team.
Yep.
And we'll be fine. They just gotta talk a little bit more and just get after it a little bit harder.
Mercedes serves first for the Chargers, served it long. Barrett back at the service line off the top of the net, dug by Littler. They'll come back to Mercedes from Rowley, and that'll be dug up by Barrett. Now off to Quirk, left side to Meyer, tipped to the donut, dug by Littler. Kaufman now plays it over to Large at left side, dug by Ehler back middle to Barrett, middle set for Vondrak, and that is going to sail long, and we're tied at one apiece.
You know, just like throwing it out to the outside, she didn't get back far enough.
Yep.
She just didn't get her arm cocked quite enough.
So heading back to the service line, Jenna Rowley. She'll go back left, played by Vondrak, over to Ehler, back to Vondrak. Free ball is it deep, and that's going to be out of bounds. And ESAC just a little bit out of rhythm here as ACGC takes their first lead here 2-1 in this second set. Serve receive has been a little bit of a struggle for the Raiders here tonight. Ehler, that time tracked down by Quirk, and now Vondrak tips it across, played by Littler. Over to Lemke, left side to Largent, tipped down on the overpass that time, and Kendall Quirk will pick up the kill.
You know, we've played a lot of good teams this year that we've played with, and and this is another one. So, you know, they've been in this situation.
Kenna Meyer with the serve, played by Littler. That's going to come up by us. Didn't quite make it up here on the mezzanine, but ESAC County off the ace serve going to take the lead. That's Kenna Meyer. Gets that first ace serve for the Raiders here tonight. Luke Wright down there jumping up and putting that ace sign on the wall. Lemke into the middle, and that time Vondrak with a block off of Camden. They'll push it deep. Ashinger over to Barrett, left side. Ehler down the line, but behind the antenna and out of bounds. And we're tied at 3-3. The big thing that I've noticed here so far, Jason, ESAC just can't get on that run and get up by 4 or 5. They haven't put together one of those long runs.
Yeah, we're just not playing real well right at the moment.
Serve coming up for Lemke, and that is going to drop on the line for an ace. Meyer ducking out of the way of it after the communication from the rest of the back row. And ACGC has grabbed the lead back here at 4-3. Lemke again will serve it away. Played by Meyer backwards off the back wall, back-to-back aces. And that is going to put the Chargers up here by a score of 5-3.
You know, you got to give some credit to ACGC, though. They're playing well. They've got a good serve, and it's not always you playing bad. The other team playing better.
Yeah, 5 aces so far, and that time it's going to sail long. Talked about that in the pregame. This is an ACGC team that comes in averaging almost 9 aces per match. So they're a good they're an aggressive serving team. Their percentage not great, not bad, but not great. Lemke sets up Largent out of the right, and she'll drop that one into the back corner. The lead 2 again for the Chargers at 6-4. Jason, it's the same way in basketball sometimes. Some coaches love the three-point shot, and they'll give up a little bit of shooting percentage for that extra point. Some coaches in volleyball, they're willing to get a few more aces and maybe not have that 90-some% serve percentage.
For sure.
Meyer pitches it across. Mercedes came up with it. Now a shove across by Lemke. That's going to be off of Ashinger. And right now the aggressive team here tonight has been ACGC.
Sometimes when you're a little bit shorter, you want to get a little bit more aggressive when you're serving the ball.
Largent again with the jump serve played by Ashinger. That's going to come over the net and out of bounds. Another ace serve for the Chargers, and the lead is 8-4. Timeout called by Brandon Steiger in Esac County. We'll step away back in 30 seconds here on Kick 106.7.
Being a part of a team is not only fun, it can give our students a sense of identity and help them develop long-term relationships. This is Dr. Nate Luth, Next Generation Chiropractic. Student athletes, make sure you are taking care of your body before, during, and after the game. Proper warm-ups and cool-down are vital to staying on the field or court, and having regular chiropractic appointments can help reduce the risk of injury. Stay in the game by taking care of your body. Good luck to all area student athletes this season. Let's stay healthy and have fun.
Serve coming up again by Largent, played by Ashinger. Over now to a Barrett middle set, and Cameron Ross. Nice set play that time out of the break for the Raiders. Barrett with her 6th assist on the night. And Ross picking up another kill. She's got now 1 here on the night. That makes it 8-5. Kate Vondrak back at the service line. That'll be played up by Kaufman, tracked down by Lemke. Kaufman now free balls at deep corner on the right side. Ashinger to Vondrak, left side Ehler, and that'll be a tool for Ehler. Got it off the block attempt for Littler, and you're seeing a little bit more calmness, I think, right now out of Esac County out of that break.
You know, they need to get there, you know, and it's hard to come back when you're always down, or it's hard to win when you're always down. And there's a nice serve again.
Ace serve for Kate Vondrak, her first, the team's at second.
And, you know, she can do that a lot. She's got a great serve, and, you know, she can place it. She's plays so much that it's, you know, she's good.
24th ace of the season for her. Lemke sets it up in the middle that time, and Camden's hit goes along. We are tied at 8, and ACGC wanting a net violation. The officials talking with each other right now. Neither one of them are going to give the point to the Raiders. That's going to be our 4th tie, our first tie since it was 3-3. Serve coming up again for Vondrak. Kaufman plays it up. Lemke now to Largent out of the back row. Big swing dug by Meyer. That'll be an overpass back to Kaufman. Lemke goes right side. Littler hits it across. That'll drop in, and we're going to get a net violation under the net on Esac County. So, Jason, similar, and I don't want to sound like I'm critical right now, similar, though, in a way to set 1 where Esac would get it tied, just not able to get over that hump.
You know, sometimes it's tough.
Yep.
Tough to get over that hump, you know.
Serve into the net, now tied at 9-9, so that's maybe the break the Raiders will need. Addison Ehler will head back to the service line. 15 aces for her on the year right now. I'm sure Coach right now would just take a good serve getting them out of system. They'll come at Mercedes, played up to Lemke. Back row attack now for Largent. Dug by Vondrak, kept alive by Meyer, free balled over. Popped up into the air by Schmidt on the attack off of the first ball. Now Ehler free balls it across. Littler to Lemke, back row attack coming up again for Largent. That's going to drop right on the line. What a top spin she had on that one. Folks, where Jason and I are standing, we get a really good view. That looked like it was going long, but that top spin, that ball died and dropped right by the back line.
And she really cranked her wrist back, so it did have a lot of top spin on it.
Largent now unofficially with 5 kills here tonight. Tipped across by Ross, dug by Camden. Or excuse me, Mercedes. They'll go back over to Mercedes. Touch to the net, kept alive by Meyer, but back over to Mercedes. Attacks again. Ehler gets it to Vondrak, left side to Meyer, and that'll drop in for Kenna Meyer. Number 2 here tonight for Kenna Meyer. And we are tied again at 10-10. Our 6th tie here in this second set. Raiders right now down 1-0.
Maybe Jen can go on a run right here, and we can put a few up on them.
Aschinger with the serve, played by Kaufman. Lemke goes into the middle to Callie. Tipped across. Back over now to Littler. Now come Lemke left side to Mercedes. A nice digging play that time by Ehler. Vondrak also hustling to get to it. Unable to track it down and get it up into the air, and the lead stays by 1 by the Chargers at 11-10. Mercedes again will head back to the service line. Huge student section for the Raiders here tonight. Serve on the way, played by Meyer. That'll be an overpass, tipped down that time by Lemke, kept alive by Schmidt. Meyer now free balls it across. Littler to Lemke, left side to Largent, tipped across. And that'll be played up by Vondrak. Now Ehler pushes deep corner, touched by Littler, over to Lemke. Back row attack for Mercedes, goes deep middle, played by Ehler. Overpass, tipped over though. That was going to look like it was going to go over. It ended up short. Vondrak tried to fist it across. It ends up going out of bounds on Vondrak, and it's 12-10 now in favor of the Chargers. Serve again by Mercedes, played by Meyer. Vondrak will get it over to the right side. Schmidt, not much she could do with that set. And it's 13-10 in favor of the Chargers as we come to you live here from the Gatorade broadcast booth distributed by Pepsi Beverages. Gatorade helping athletes fuel, recover, and perform. Served by Mercedes, and that time, little miscommunication. Meyer was dropping back like she was going to play it. At the last second, kind of moved, and Ehler was there, but Addison thought Meyer was going to play it, so she wasn't quite ready. And now it's 14-10.
And, communication's not real good right at the moment. We're a little frustrated, and we need to get back to playing our volleyball.
Lemke sets it up for a Mercedes. She'll roll shot it across. Ehler over to Vondrak, left side. Meyer touched the net, played up by Mercedes, but that'll drop in for a kill. Kenna Meyer going to get another one. She's got 3. And the Raiders have pulled now within 3 at 14-11. Still a lot of time left as Sydney Barrett will check back in. Caitlin Schmidt will check out. Serve by Barrett, back left. A beautiful serve that time, but ACGC somehow able to keep it in and get it over the net, but they overpass, and Kate Vondrak right there on the overpass. That looked like Lonnie Miller on that one, and it's now 14-12.
She timed that perfect, and, with her swing, it's going to be a kill every time.
Sid Barrett, played by Littler on the serve receive. Lemke goes left side to Largent. Nice dig that time by Ehler, but it'll be an overpass. Callie goes to Lemke, back over to Callie. That time the Raiders jumped a block, and Callie just tipped it. She didn't jump. She tipped it right over the block and into the donut. So Rowley, I called her Callie. It's a Rowley. And it's now 15-12. So Jenna Rowley heads back to the service line. Played up into the air by Aschinger, now over to Barrett. And that's going to be 2 touches on that set. And ACGC back up 4 here at 16-12.
We just can't get over that hump. We get a tie, and then we go down a few. So
Rowley again to serve it away. Serve comes back right, played by Meyer to Barrett. Middle set now for Quirk, goes deep, played by Mercedes. Up to Lemke. Left side, Largent block. Nice block that time by Vondrak. Kate Vondrak getting up in the middle, coming up with a block at 16-13.
We got to get her going a little bit more. I think I'd start feeding her a lot and just see what happens.
Yep, special volleyball player. Need her to be big here late. Kenna Meyer with it on the serve. Mercedes to Lemke into the middle, and there is going to be a kill for Camden Richter, her first. And the lead stays at 4 here for the Chargers at 17-13. Knew this was a good ball club coming in. They've played like it here so far tonight.
They're doing a good job.
Lemke again with the serve. That time it's going to go wide. And that'll make it now 17-14.
You know, they hustle and they can pass the ball
Yep.
and they can serve. So, you know, that's a recipe for a decent ball team.
Kendall Quirk with the serve. That'll drop over the net. It hit the net and drops in. Kendall with her first ace of the night. Raiders now pull within at 2 here at 17-15. Quirk again with the serve. This time goes high and deep. Played by Mercedes up to Lemke. Left side now, big swing, and dropping that one in is Littler. And Littler picking up unofficially her second kill. It's now 18-15 ACGC.
You know, the first one to 20 or 21 usually wins the game, so
Yep.
we need to get going here a little bit.
Stella Largent, the freshman with the serve, played by Aschinger to Barrett. Right side now, Vondrak, big swing, and that will drop in for Kate Vondrak, her 5th. Barrett with her 7th assist of the night, and it is 18-16. Yeah. You know, she's such a good setter. The problem is she's also such a good hitter. It's hard to not see her swing so much.
Yeah, she's just an all-around good
Yep.
volleyball player.
Serve received by Mercedes. They'll come right side to Littler. Littler over a pass by Aschinger, but actually close. Vondrak able to play it. Now it'll be a Largent to Lemke into the middle. Camden with the attack, going to get a net violation, going to go on East Sac County, and that's going to make it 19-16. And my depth perception's been off a little tonight. There's been a few I thought were going over the net, and they ended up just short.
Yeah, well, I think that's from being up here.
Yeah, it's called
no,
old age.
don't blame that.
That time, Meyer was ready to take the serve in the back row. Ross out of the front row kind of reached back and tried to play it, and it goes off of her and out of bounds. We get an ace serve for Camden Richter. That is ace number 8 tonight unofficially for ACGC. They're up 20-16. Back in 30 seconds here on Kick 106.7. Timeout Raiders.
Midwest Wholesale is your local building products headquarters. We have everything you need for your smaller home improvements to the building of your home or commercial building. We pride ourselves on giving you top-notch service, quality products with competitive prices. So whether you're a do-it-yourselfer, a contractor, or you just need a little help on a project, Midwest Wholesale is a one-stop resource for all your building needs. Midwest Wholesale, how you want it, when you want it, where you want it, we deliver.
Camden Rittker to serve it away for ACGC. Goes it deep and sails that one long. Meyer following it to the line. Talking with her that time was the Raider back row. Good communication. And the Raiders pull within 3 here at 20-17 as Addison Ehler will head back to serve. Ehler's serve going to be played by Largent. Overpass. Meyer gets it now to Vondrak. She'll push deep corner. Largent to Lemke. Left side to Mercedes, who drops it on the back row, her 4th kill unofficially. And it's now 21-17.
You know, ACGC setter's really good.
Yep.
She's putting the ball right where it needs to be, and she's doing a really good job.
Yeah, came in a junior with 239 assists on the year. That time the serve going to sail long. And she has put together a good night. I don't keep too many stats for the opposing team here, so hard enough keeping as many as I do for the home team. Aschinger with the serve, played up by Kaufman. And now free ball to Cross. Vondrak left side, Meyer. That's going to be off the net. Nope, they're going to say it was touch of the net. I thought it could be 4. Meyer will free ball it across. Played by Littler. They'll work it now to Ehler in the back row to Vondrak. Middle set court, tipped over to the line, dug by Littler. Largent. Free ball to Cross that time by Kaufman. Played by Ehler over to Vondrak. Middle set, but Quirk with it. Tip it down. Didn't go straight that time. Tipped it off to the side. And that'll pull the Raiders now within 21-19. Serve coming up again for Aschinger. Played by a Kaufman up to Lemke. Middle set for Rowley. Tips it across. Played by Schmidt. Vondrak goes left side to Meyer. Blocked to the net that time by Lemke. The Raiders will play it. Vondrak going to attack off of the set from Schmidt. That'll be a kill for Kate Vondrak. Caitlin Schmidt with the assist. Vondrak now with 6 kills here on the night. And the Raiders are within one again at 21-20.
She's starting to heat up just a little bit.
Yep.
You know, if we can get her going, I think we'll be all right.
Ashinger will serve, played by Largent. Now to Lemke, left side at Mercedes, into the net. We are tied at 21, our first tie since it was 10-10. Our seventh tie, though, here in this second set. Raiders down 1-0. Dropped the first one, 25-23. Ashinger with the serve. They'll get it into the middle of the two. Rowley, she'll tip it across. Raiders set up Schmidt, dug by Largent, over to Lemke, left side Mercedes. Down the line, and that'll sail long, no touch. And the Raiders, Jason, they finally get that lead.
Yeah, and you know what? If we can get one more here, you know, it'll help us get over that hump, you know.
Smart timeout called by Coach South. We're back in 30 seconds here on Kick 106.7.
St. Anthony Regional Hospital, the regional leader in healthcare, dedicated to improving the health of the people they serve. At St. Anthony Regional Cancer Center, you'll find the convenience of cancer and oncology consultation and treatment in one convenient location. At St. Anthony Clinic, you'll find a team of doctors and nurses that care about you and your family's health. St. Anthony Clinic is devoted to comprehensive healthcare for people of all ages. For every stage of life, always look to the cross. Always St. Anthony.
Raiders up here 22-21. Angie McCullough and Eric McCullough hollering at me over here to the side. I think Angie's saying she won. And that time, big block by Schmidt. And it's going to go backwards and unable to clear it. The libero Kaufman. Jason, you said they needed one more as we went to the break. They got it. They're up 23-21.
You know, we're back at Jen serving again, and she went on her little run, and, you know, she's keeping us in the game right now.
Ashinger again will serve, played by Largent, up to Lemke. They'll come back to Largent out of the back row. It's going to be dug by Jen. Meyer now gets it over to Schmidt. She'll free ball it across, played by Kaufman, up to Lemke. Left side Mercedes goes deep, played by Ashinger, up to Vondrak. Left side Meyer tipped across, popped up into the air, reaching back that time was Rowley, and that took the play away from the player coming up from the back row. And it's a timeout again by ACGC. We're going to keep it here. The Raiders got a chance here with set point up in set number 2, 24-21. And Jason, one of the things I coached club for 10 years, and I'm no expert, but we always told our front row girls, if that ball's going over your head, don't ever reach back. 2 of 3 things can happen. Either you punch your teammate in the face, you tip it where the girl coming from the back row can actually play it and you take it away from her, or you get lufty and you make a play. But only one of the 3 things is good.
And it's hard not to swing at it.
It is.
You know, the ball's going over your head, you don't think anybody's there, and it's very hard to not hit it.
Easier to coach it than it is to do
it,
right?
It is. And you should just trust your teammates. They'll be there, right?
Yep. Ashinger with the serve, played by Kaufman, over to Lemke. Bump sends it into the back row to Largent. Blocked! Kendall Cork with a big block, and the Raiders have evened it up at the 1 set apiece as Cork comes up with a block to end this set at 25-21 East Sac County. We'll step away. We've got set number 3. Set number 3 coming up in 2 minutes.
Number three.
And Kick 106.7 back in 2 minutes.
For almost 150 years, Roselle Mutual has been insuring homes, farms, and so much more in Carroll and the surrounding communities. We offer outstanding coverage whether you need it for your shiny new car, your next ATV ride in the trails, or boating day on the water, or you're looking to put better protection on your family home and farm. Roselle Mutual and Grinnell Mutual are here to provide you with expertise, exceptional service, and quality insurance for all of your needs. For commercial, farm, home, and auto insurance, give us a call today at 792-4525. Roselle Mutual, proudly insuring the area since 1876.
One of the best kept secrets in Carroll is JP Flooring. I was looking to replace the floor in a couple rooms at home. It can be super overwhelming with all of the options available. I popped by JP Flooring and was super surprised and impressed with the showroom and selection. I had no idea how extensive their product lines were. They have a designer on staff that helped me narrow down what I was looking for. When you change your floors, it changes the whole character of a room. I used their product visualizer and could literally see in advance what the styles would look like in my room. I totally recommend JP Flooring in Carroll.
Family owned and operated since 1948, Quant Auto Salvage is the area's best full-service scrap facility. Whether you are looking to sell scrap iron, vehicles, or batteries, or you need to locate that difficult-to-find part for your vehicle, they have what you need. And if it isn't in stock, they can locate it with their nationwide parts database, or you can pull it yourself at their You Pull It. Quant Auto Salvage. They sell the best and recycle the rest on Kitty Hawk Avenue in Carroll.
Trees Company.
People want and deserve more comfort, efficiency, and reliability, both in their homes and places of work. Drees Company will be there to meet these challenges, whether we are designing a new system or servicing your existing equipment. We are a rapidly growing company that strives to meet and exceed all your expectations. No matter if you are looking to buy new appliances or need the help from one of our certified technicians, we are here for you. We pride ourselves in our installation and service. Drees Company, servicing the Carroll area since 1933.
Berger over here doing a great job at running our video production for us tonight, and she's got everything going for you. So make sure you flip it on. We are tied 1-1, and we've had two very good sets here so far, Jason.
Very, very good matches. We just need to start better.
Yep.
We just got to get going right off the bat, and I think it'll be a little bit different song.
Combined, we've had 17 ties and 7 lead changes through the first 2 sets. Raiders will serve. Mercedes with the attack left side, dug by Meyer over to Barrett. Left side again to Meyer. Comes deep left, drops that one in, and now the breaks that were not going for East Sac County earlier starting to go their way a little bit, Jason.
Yeah, it's a tide of two tails, really. It can go either way, and that's high school sports.
Yep. Sydney Barrett again to serve it away. Played up into the air that time by Kaufman. They'll set Mercedes up again left side. Goes down the line off of Barrett. And that's going to even things up at 1-1, our first tie here in this third set.
And she went somewhere where not many people go, down the line, you know, and we weren't ready.
Most high school girls, even college girls, more comfortable hitting cross because there's a bigger area to hit to. Barrett sets it up for Meyer, tipped across off of Kaufman, popped up by Largent, and they'll get it across. Well, we got whistle net violation going to go against East Sac County. And ACGC's got the lead here at 2-1, our first lead change in this third set. Mercedes again will serve it away, back left, played by Vondrak. Now off to Barrett, left side again of Vondrak, and that's going to be off the net, back down to the Raiders' side. And the Chargers lead it here by a score of 3-1. Esac starting to serve, receive better. Just got to get into that rhythm, hitting it. Give credit to ACGC with their serve here tonight. Ashinger, that's going to go sideways. Meyer over to Quirk. She'll free ball it across. They'll work at Lemke left side now to Largent. Touch of the net, dug by Meyer. Vondrak sets it up for Meyer, and Meyer mishits. And that is not going to get across the net. We're going to go 4-1 now. ACGC, if they scored 4 straight. Chargers not backing away here. Mercedes with the serve into the net. And at 11-3 on the year, this is a good ball club. They're not going to back away with a hostile crowd.
And they're well coached.
Yep. Serve on the way by Meyer. Played up by Littler. They'll work at left side now. Largent goes deep off of Meyer. Kept alive by Quirk. Free balled over by Ehler. Littler gets it now to Lemke. Back row attack for Mercedes. That'll be played by Ashinger. Barrett sets it up in the middle for Vondrak. Nice play. Tipped it over to the right front, which had vacated. She's got 7 kills now on the night. Barrett unofficially with 9 assists.
That's just a smart play. She knew where to go with the ball.
Yep, she saw that right side. Had come over to help with the block in the middle. Meyer with the serve down the right line. Lemke bump sets it, and that's going to be up into the net. Looking for Largent over on the left side, but I've seen really, really talented setters that struggled with that set. Running backwards, trying to bump set.
That's a running bump set. That's tough.
Yep. Meyer with his short serve. That'll be an overpass played by Quirk to Vondrak. They'll go back to Quirk, and that is going to be a tool off the block attempt of O'Reilly. And Esac has grabbed the lead back here off of the kill from Kendall Quirk. And they lead it now by a score of 5-4. Our second lead change, Littler over to Lemke off of the serve receive. Now to Mercedes, dug by Meyer, tracked down by Quirk, but that's going to go out of bounds behind the antenna. So we are going to be tied here for the third time in this third set, and this time at 5-5. Serve coming up again for Rowley. Serve on the way, played by Meyer up to Barrett. Left side now to middle, to Vondrak, and again tipped it to that right front and dumps another one in. Kill number 8 for her.
And I think she's found a spot over there. There's nobody even close to it. She might hit that quite a few more times.
6-5. We'll see if ACGC adjusts. Mercedes up to Lemke. Left side now Largent swings it into the net. It's a 2-point lead here for Esac County at 7-5.
They moved her a little bit. She's been playing in the middle a little bit more, and it seemed to help.
So Kendall Quirk again to serve it away. They got a different volleyball in. Served by Quirk, going to be played by Mercedes. Up to Lemke, right side now to Camden. Tipped across, dug by Meyer, back over on the free pass. Now work it left side. Largent off the top of the net, dug by Meyer, but the Raiders, that was a low line drive off of Meyer. And unable to get it up into the air was Ross. And the kill for Largent will make it now 7-6 in favor of the Raiders. As Lemke will head back to serve. Serve on the way, played by Ashiger, now off to Barrett. Right side, Vondrak tipped across, but did not get it across. Hit the top of the net and drops back down on the Raiders side. So ACGC with an answer. They've scored now 2 straight to tie it here at 7. We're tied for the 4th time in this 3rd set, tied at 1 set apiece. Lemke serves back left, Meyer over to Barrett. Middle set now for Ross. Goes deep left, played by Kaufman. Lemke to Mercedes, back row attack, dug by Vondrak over to Barrett, right side, from Barrett to Vondrak. That was Ashiger on the dig. They'll go back to Largent, cross court, and that's going to be off of a Meyer and out of bounds. And ACGC back in the lead here at 8-7. Ella Wilson now checking in for Sid Barrett for Esac County.
Yeah, Sid was struggling a little bit there. Let her sit down a little bit and rest a little bit and get going here.
Lemke again with the serve, played by Ashiger. That'll be an overpass. Camden got it over to Lemke, and now Largent with the attack drops another one in. Her and Mercedes have been really, really good for them here tonight. And the lead is back to 2 for ACGC as Lemke again heads back to serve. Serve on the way. Going to be played up by Meyer over to Wilson. Right side now Vondrak blocked at the net. And there is a Camden and also Largent on that block. It's now 10-7. Lemke has gotten them on a service run. Jason, you talked about their ability to serve and her ability to set earlier. And now I say that, she sets that one or sails it long on the serve. It's now 10-8.
It's always a jinx when you say something good about.
Radio guys should know. Yeah, that's why we never say somebody's 7-7 from the free throw line.
Free throws,
Or a guy hasn't missed a field goal. Vondrak gets the A serve off of Kaufman. Kate now with her second here tonight. Raiders back down by 1 at 10-9.
I do think we're playing a little bit better, than that. There was a stretch in that second game we weren't very good.
Vondrak off of Largent. Is she going to get another ace? She is. Vondrak evens this one up at 10-10. And we're going to get a timeout called by ACGC. Tied at 10 here in the 3rd set. We are tied at 1 set apiece. We're back in 30 seconds here on kick 106.7.
From footings to framing to finish. For farm, home, or commercial, for more than 90 years, Wall Lake Lumber Company has been proud to help our communities grow. With 4 convenient locations and one of the largest building material inventories in the area, we are sure to be able to fill all your building needs. From project design and estimating to friendly advice, we can't wait to be part of the process for you. Wall Lake Lumber, with locations in Wall Lake, Lakeview, Odebolt, and Carroll. We're not your grandpa's lumberyard.
Lemke sets it over to Littler, left side, dug over by Vondrak. Now the attack by Camden in the middle, dug by Meyer. They'll come over to Schmidt on the right side. That one's going to go wide. And ACGC back on top here by 1 at 11-10.
Kate had a nice ball strike there. It was just a little bit long.
Argent again back to serve. Serve on the way, played by Meyer over to Vondrak. Right side, Ehler. Blocked at the net, and that's going to be a block that time. Both of the Richters, Camden and Mercedes there. And ACGC leads at 12-10. Largent again with the serve. Played up that time by Schmidt. Vondrak at the net, bump sets it, and Ross able to tip it across. It'll be touched by ACGC, but Cameron Ross will pick up the kill. And that's going to make it now 12-11.
And you know, Brandon might have seen something. You know, they're kind of going in short and around the block.
Free balled over by Mercedes. Schmidt plays it to Vondrak. Middle set now to Ross. Tip left. Played by Mercedes. Lemke comes right side to Littler. One-on-one that time and got it over Meyer. Drops it in the back row. And it's 13-11. Esac at times, folks, tonight, as a lot of teams do anymore, kind of turning and watching the ball instead of moving with the ball and getting to the line. If you get to the line, then you know if it's going to be in or not. Near a serve, Vondrak keeps it alive. It'll be over to Rowley. And now Rowley will get it to Lemke, left side Mercedes, touch to the net, and that's going to be off of Vondrak. That'll make it 14-11 in favor of ACGC.
How'd that make it across the net from that angle?
That had to have been behind the antenna. I'm surprised it wasn't called. Vondrak tipped across by Ross, played up by Littler. Over to Mercedes, big swing. That's going to sail long, and it's 14-12. At least the kids kept going, because I was honestly ready to call it out of bounds.
I was too.
Aschinger will serve it away. She's had a service run in each of the first two sets. Raiders need one here. Mercedes big swing off of Meyer and backwards, and that's going to make it 15-12 in favor of ACGC. Chargers, two big swingers here in Mercedes and Largent. Have been tough for the Raiders to handle here tonight.
They swing and hit the ball well.
They do. I would say they're probably the more aggressive of the teams offensively here tonight. And that time, Littler's serve hits the top of the net, drops over for an ace, and it makes it 16-12.
And you know, I think that Largent's a young kid too.
Just
She's a freshman.
Yep. Serve on the way, and again Meyer going towards the ball, then stops. Addison Ehler thought she was going to play it and isn't ready as it hits her, and it's now another ace for Littler, and it's 17-12. Serve coming up again. Played by Meyer up to Vondrak. Backside set to the right side, hit over by Schmidt. Played by Kaufman up to Lemke. Left side, Mercedes. Cross court dug by Aschinger to Vondrak. Tipped across. Played up that time by Littler to Lemke to Largent. Another back row kill for Largent. And ACGC beginning to pull away here in set number 3, 18-12. That's the largest lead that either team has had all night.
You know, and Esac hasn't been up a lot, you know, just there in the second set, so.
Meyer with an overpass on the serve receive. Tipped back over by Lemke on the second ball, but Esac not ready for it. They get a couple of touches on it, but it's into the net, and it's 19-12 now in favor of ACGC.
You know, it's always one of those things. When you get down, you got to have a little bit more emotion to get us back up here.
Meyer on the serve receive to Vondrak, pushes deep corner, kept alive by Littler. Nice play to Cowley. They'll work it over to Rowley, now to Mercedes, and that's going to be off of Vondrak, and that's going to make it 20-12.
And you know, ACGC, they're just hitting the open spots, you know.
Yep, if Esac's blocking line, they're going line. If they're blocking line, they're going cross. Littler on the serve, played that time by Ehler over to Vondrak. Left side, Meyer, big swing, touch to the net, kept alive. Littler will bump set it to Mercedes left side. Roll shot blocked by Schmidt, dug up into the air. We've got a joust to the net, won by Quirk, but popped back over by Mercedes. Ehler to Vondrak into the middle to Quirk, tipped across, and that'll be a point. Got it off of Littler. So Quirk picks up her 6th. I've got Vondrak now with 13 assists. And the Raiders down here 20-13 as Ella Wilson will head back to serve. Serve comes deep, played by Kaufman over to Lemke. Middle set for Rowley. Hit across off Vondrak, played by Ehler. Free ball over by Wilson, deep. Kaufman plays it up and over the rafters, over the net to Vondrak. Now a joust to the net, won this time by Lemke. Raiders with it. Ehler trying to free ball it across, does, but hits it out of bounds. And it's 21-13 in favor of ACGC. Serve coming up here for Mercedes. Serve on the way, played by Ehler. Up over, pass tip down, dug by Meyer. Quirk over to Vondrak, big swing, dug by Mercedes to Lemke. Left side, Largent, blocked but out of bounds off of Vondrak. And it is now 22-13. 9-point lead for ACGC. Largest of the night for either team, and that's near an ace serve over a pass by Aschinger. Littler gets it into the middle to Rowley, tipped across, dug by the Raiders. Wilson to Quirk, tipped across. Esac doing a lot of tipping right now, got to get back to swinging. Largent with the attack, dug by Meyer. The Wilson will go back to Meyer, tipped across, played by Littler over to Lemke, left side to Largent, tipped across, dug by Wilson. That'll be an overpass. We're going to get a net violation, going to go on Largent. And that'll make it now 22-14. And Jason, is in any sport, the aggressive team is usually the team that wins. And I'd say in this set, the aggressive team's been ACGC.
You know, they're just swinging hard.
Yep.
And we're kind of back on our heels. We're struggling to pass the ball and set the ball and hit the ball.
Meyer with the swing, or the serve, excuse me. They'll tip it across on the second ball. Meyer gets it to Wilson, now to Quirk. She'll go deep and sails it long. ACGC 2 points away from going up 2-1. Should be a really good win for them on the road because ESAC is a good ball club. Served by Rowley, going to be taken that time by Meyer. Wilson goes to Ehler. That'll be played across soft. They'll get into the middle to Lemke, now to Camden. Blocked, back over to Mercedes. Now the left side to Largent, off of Meyer, kept alive by Wilson. Quirk will free ball it across. Rowley gets it over to Lemke, tipped across that time by Camden, dug by Vondrak. They'll go back to Vondrak. She'll have to free ball it across. Lemke this time left side, Largent. That'll sail wide. And it's 23-15. Going to be hard for the Raiders. Not impossible, but hard for them to come back and win this third set. Jason, sometimes it's just getting some momentum and getting in a rhythm going into that next set. Get on a run here.
You know, it's all that confidence that you need just to get it going for the next set.
Quirk with the serve. Played by Mercedes to Lemke. Left side again, Largent, big swing. Played up by Quirk. Meyer over to Vondrak. Free ball across. Played up by Littler. Lemke again, left side to Largent. Big swing. Played up again by Quirk out of the back middle to Wilson. Over to Ehler, and that ball took her almost into the up official, which is Mark Schaefer. And that attack then into the net. It's 24-15. And heading back is Lemke for the serve for the set. Set point here for the Chargers. Serve on the way, played by Aschinger over to Wilson. Right side Vondrak, big swing off of Lemke up into the stands. Wilson picks up the assist of Vondrak with her 9th kill. Raiders fight off one set point. They trail it here 24-16. As Kate Vondrak again goes back to serve. Coffman's ball into the net, and ACGC unable to get it up and over. 24 now to 17. Is Vondrak going to be credited with an ace, her 4th?
You know, it'd be interesting to see her run about 2 or 3 aces more here.
The serve on the way, played low by Kaufman, couldn't get to it. Nice short serve that time. 24-18, and good call that time by Coach.
Yeah, they're changing up their defense a little bit here.
Mercedes on the serve, received to Lemke, now over to Largent, and that time Jen didn't want to touch it. Knew it was going long, but just couldn't get her hands out of the way in time. And ACGC will take set number 3 here, 25-18. They take a 2-1 lead into set 4. Set 4 coming up in 2 minutes right here on Kick 106.7.
Oh, hell no, not again. Has the roof on your home or business been damaged by the recent hailstorm? Does your roof need looked at? Let our hail damage experts at Brinks Exteriors work for you to get you a new roof. Call 712 Roof Pro. We know the last thing you want to do is worry about your biggest investment. Hail happens, but we can fix it. Call Brinks Exteriors now for a free roof inspection. 712 Roof Pro.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
Olson's Outdoor Power is your one-stop service and equipment shop for all things outdoor. We sell the best power sports products in the business, from Polaris, Can-Am, Sea-Doo, and Ski-Doo, trailers to tackle any job from H&H, Triton, and Wilson, and we continue to lead the way in lawn and garden equipment with great products from Exmark, Dixie Chopper, Husqvarna, Cub Cadet, Steel, and Echo. Add factory-trained technicians in 2 locations, and it's easy to see why Olson's Outdoor Power is the leader in all things outdoor. Olson's Outdoor Power, your one-stop service and equipment shop with locations in Atlantic and Carroll.
DePaco Credit Union strengthens your well-being. Build strong communities. Because when our members love life, it makes a brighter community for all. DePaco can help you be well.
Could not have done it by myself.
Gatorade broadcast booth distributed by Pepsi Beverages. Gatorade helping athletes fuel, recover, and perform. Our Motor Inn player of the game coming up in the postgame. Motor Inn of Carroll, your premier Toyota, Chevy, and Buick dealership for everything from sales to service to parts and collision. Jeff Blankman and Jason Phillips with you here tonight. Nathan back in the studio. Mrs. Berger over here to my left running our video coverage where you can watch and listen to the match on the CB Sports Network YouTube channel. So go to YouTube and search CB Sports Network. Gray out night here tonight up in Lakeview, home of the ESAC Raider volleyball team. ACGC 11-3 coming into the night, up right now 2-1. The Chargers winning sets 1 and 3, 25-23 and 25-18. Raiders won set number 2, 25-21. And Jason, you mentioned it earlier, ESAC's not gotten off to fast starts really in any of the 3 sets. They got up 1-0, but then fell down 4-1 in that third set. They need to get off to a sharp start here in this 4th set.
You know, I think it's hard to come back when you have to come back all the time.
Yep.
You know, and it doesn't matter if it's in volleyball or football or basketball. When you're trying to get to a spot where you can win,
yep,
it just takes everything out of you. So you got to have that. You got to get going right away, and you got to put some pressure on them.
Yep. Yeah. Playing from behind, not fun.
And I think we can do that still. We've got a senior-laden team, and we got some girls that have played a lot, and so they just need to buckle down a little bit and get after it a little bit harder.
Real quick thoughts, Pocahontas area coming up on Friday night?
Yeah, you know, it's going to be that'll be a fun game.
Yeah, it should be. That should be a good rivalry. I'll talk with Coach McCullough coming up later this week, and we'll get that interview posted on the website at sports.1380kcm.com. I'll be up here the following week to be able to broadcast the game for you guys against Eagle Grove. Addison Ealer, 3 balls hit across on a roll shot. They'll come left side now to Largent, big swing, dug by Meyer, overpass, hit down again by Rowley, dug by Schmidt. Left side now to Ealer, and ACGC going to win that joust at the net. And the Chargers will take the 1-0 lead here in set number 4. Mercedes again with the serve. Short one played by Meyer up to Vondrek, free balled over. Rowley to Lemke, left side Largent again, blocked to the net, popped up by Rowley, free balled over, and dropping it in is Largent. Just kind of popped that one over the net. It drops into the donut. And it's now 2-0. Got to get back to base, and if you're not at base, it's really hard to make that play in the donut.
You know, I think ACGC's serving is probably what's giving us the most problems right now.
I'd have to agree. Ealer, they're blocked. They'll come back to Vondrak to attack into the net. We talked about the Raiders needing to get off to a fast start. They are down 3-0, so it's exact opposite of what I was hoping for ESAC County. But credit the Chargers right now with the way they're playing.
You know, we just got to get back to the basics and start hitting the ball a little bit harder.
Schmidt tries to take that server from Mercedes, and that's going to be another ace for her. I've got her for 5 of those here tonight.
You know,
and the lead is 4-0.
It's probably not so much hitting the ball; it's just passing the ball a little bit better.
Yeah, an area that doesn't generally struggle for the Raiders has struggled for them here tonight. Meyer on the serve receive. Vondrak tips it across. That'll drop in for Kate. She'll pick up another kill, her 10th unofficially here tonight. Raiders on the board, down now 4-1. And Kate Vondrack will head back to the service line. Serve on the way short, played up by Mercedes. Littler gets it over now to Kaufman. She'll free ball it across to Ashinger, up to Vondrack, into the middle to Ross, and Cameron Ross picks up the kill. That is her 3rd tonight. I've got Vondrack now with 14 assists unofficially. And that'll make it 4-2. Vondrack again to serve it away. Serve going to be played up by Littler, tracked down by Lemke. Now Kaufman will free ball it across to Ashinger, over to Vondrack. Right side to Schmidt, touch to the net, popped up by Lemke. Kaufman bump sets it to Largent out of the left side, hits from the 10-foot line. Ehler to Vondrack, back over to Ehler left side, roll shot, played by Kaufman to Lemke. Back over now to Largent off the net and out of bounds, and that'll be a point for the Raiders. Isak is injured with 3 straight there, down 1 here at 4-3. Oh, hold on, did they call a touch there? They did. I did not see that. So 5-2. I thought that ball got all taped that time, Jason. It didn't look like it got net. Yep.
They called it a touch. So
Cameron Ross going to get the kill. So Ross will pick one up. That'll pull the Raiders within 5-3. And they'll head back to the service line now with Ehler. Littler, excuse me. Over it to Lemke. Now Mercedes, roll shot. Played by Ashinger back left. They'll go right side to Schmidt. That attack into the net. And it's now 6-3 in favor of ACGC as Lemke again will head back to serve. Serve on the way. Ashinger's ball up and into the net. Vondrack can't get to the second one. 7-3 Chargers with the lead. Again, ACGC up 2-1, winning sets 1 and 3, 25-23, 25-18. Isak 1 set, 25-21. Vondrack from Ehler. Left side to Meyer, dug by Kaufman. They go into the back row now, and the attack for Mercedes, touch to the net by Ross, played by Ehler to Vondrack, over to Meyer, tipped across. Lemke goes left side, Largent, miss swing, a diving attempt on the dig that time by Vondrack, and the Raiders will get it over on the free ball. On the 3rd ball, Littler out of the right side, cross court and wide, and the Raiders trail it now 7-4.
And we've been going on a couple little runs, but when you're down 3 or 4 points, that run gets you back to even, and then then they get on a run. Then they get on a run, and we're back down by 3 or 4 again.
Ashinger with a serve again, played that time by Largent. They'll come back to Largent on the right side, touch to the net, dug by Ashinger. Vondrack now over the left side to Meyer, big swing for Meyer. Kenna Meyer's got 5 kills unofficially.
I'd like to see her get going,
yes.
A little bit. She's
such a talented hitter, yes.
Yes, she is.
7-5. Her sister Kayla in the house here tonight. Ashinger again with the serve near ace. It'll be free ball over on the 2nd ball. Vondrack over to Schmidt, middle set court, big swing. Played backwards by Lemke. Mercedes over to Largent, and that's going to hit the top of the net. She was just trying to free ball it across over her head. It hit the top of the net. It deflected it enough that none of the back row players for Isak could get to it. It drops in for a kill, and it's 8-5. So Largent now heads back to the service line. Serve on the way, played up by Meyer, now to Vondrack, back to Meyer, big swing, touch to the net, played by Kaufman, over to Lemke, back set to the right side to Littler, roll shot, dug by Quirk, and that time Vondrack diving for it. Quirk and Ashinger kind of ran into each other trying to play that first ball, and I think that took some of the power away from Quirk to get that one high enough for the second ball to be played.
Yeah, and when you run into people, you don't hit the ball where he needs to go.
Yeah, and that is going to be a tip down by Littler. She'll pick up another kill. The lead is at 5 here at 10-5. Isak probably can't let this get any more without calling a timeout. Serve on the way, break that time as that serve goes into the net. That'll make it 10-6.
It's always like football. You can play deep, and, they'll always try to go deep on you sooner or later, and she wanted to crank it up and get us killed or an ace. So
Ella Wilson will check in. She'll serve for the Raiders. Played by Largent over to Lemke. Left side Mercedes, big swing, dug by Ashinger. Wilson sets it into the middle for Quirk, and we're going to get a net violation going to go against Esac County. 11-6 now in favor of the Chargers.
You know, and a little bit of luck can go a long ways too, you know.
Camden with the serve, played up by Ashinger over to Wilson, left side Vondrack, blocked and popped up at the net, and now a big swing. That ball was popped up on the right side. It was touched at the net. They got a quick set over to Mercedes. She was wide open that time, Jason. There wasn't a Raider on that left side of the floor. She had a wide open floor to hit to.
She did.
Meyer on the serve, receive over to Wilson, now into the middle of the court, pushed across, and that's going to be off a Largent into the net. And Quirk going to pick up another one here tonight. Wilson gets the assist. And the Raiders have pulled now within 12-7. The Kendall Quirk kill. Kenna Meyer back to serve. Largent on the serve, received to Lemke. Right side now Littler, and that'll be deep, played by Ashinger over to Vondrack. Middle set again for Quirk, tipped across, played by Largent. Left side to Mercedes deep, and Ashinger lets it go wisely. It'll sail out of bounds. And it's 12-8. Down 4, not out of this one, just need to kind of chip away at this deficit. Meyer to serve. Short serve, played by Largent over to Lemke. Middle set now for Rowley. She'll tip it across, played up by Meyer over to Wilson. Right side, Vondrack with a big swing, and she'll pick up the kill on the tool. And that is going to make it 12-9.
You know, when we went on a couple of our runs, you know, she was swinging and hitting the ball really well. Kate was. And I think we need to get back to that just a little bit more.
I've got her unofficially right now with 11 kills on the night. Kaufman on the serve receive. Littler comes left side to Mercedes. Deep ball on the right. Played by Ashinger to Wilson. Left side, Ehler tipped across. Played up by Lemke. I'll work it now over to Mercedes. She'll hit it behind the antenna and out of bounds. And all of a sudden, the Raiders have pulled within 2 here, down 12-10. So Kenna Meyer to serve it away. Raiders trying to send this one to 5 on Grayout night. Served by Meyer, though, into the net, and the Chargers will go back up 3 at 13-10.
You know, that's always tough. You've served quite a few in a row, and then you don't get it.
Yep.
You know, so.
Littler back to serve for ACGC, played by Vondrack. Wilson tracks it down, now over to Ehler. That'll be played up by Mercedes onto the left. They'll go back to Mercedes, big swing, and that'll be tooled off of the block by Quirk and Vondrack, and the lead back to 4 at 14-10. So Littler again will head back to serve, and 2 of these 3 sets, and now the middle part of this 4 set have all kind of had the same feel. Littler with the serve, and that is going to just be long. And Jason, you kind of mentioned it here a little bit ago. You know, ACGC gets a lead. Esac either trims into it or gets it tied, and then ACGC stretches that lead back out. Quirk on the serve, played by Kaufman. Lemke tips it across on the second ball. That should have been a lift. There is going to be the call. That was definitely a lift. She hit that ball from her waist and flipped it up over her head.
Well, anything above or below the shoulders is supposed to be, right?
Yeah. Well, and she had her palms flat, so it's kind of hard not to call a lift on that one. That one was pretty obvious. Lemke now into the middle to Rowley. That'll be touched the net. Ross gets it to Vondrack, and Rowley that time with the block. Vondrack trying to tip it over, and Rowley blocks it. And the Chargers lead is back to 3 at 15-12. Quirk will check out, Ashinger back in. And Mercedes will go back to serve for the Chargers. Serve down the line wide. And that's going to make it now 15-13. Schmidt in, Ella Wilson out. Vondrack will go to the back, so she'll be the setter now, and she's going to serve. Serve on the way, played up by Littler. Lemke dumps across this time, played up by Ehler. Ehler was on the ground, they set her. She's able to get up and roll shot it. Kaufman over to Lemke, and now Largent off of the antenna. And that's going to make it 15-14. So a young ACGC team maybe having a hard time putting this one away, and a veteran Raider club starting to battle back, chance to tie it. Littler over now to Rowley. Lemke will free ball it across. Played up by Schmidt to Vondrack. Quick set to Ross, and Ross ties it at 15 apiece.
You know, that was a quick hit there, and, you know, sometimes doing it a little bit different will always get you a point, seems like.
They run it quick, and they tie it at 15 apiece. We're back in 30 seconds here on Kick 106.7. We're in set 4.
Motor Inn of Carroll is your hometown team for all of your sales, service, parts, and collision needs all season long. From the helpful sales staff to the area's best service department, Motor Inn of Carroll has the expertise that you need to stay on the road and keep that auto investment looking good. From work to play, they have it all. Good luck to all the area teams from Motor Inn of Carroll.
Call on Kaufman, and the Raiders have come back from it, down at 1 point by 5. They have taken the lead. They were actually down by 6, 12-6 at 1 point. Our first lead and our first tie here in the last 2 points. Kaufman over to Lemke. Backer attack now by Mercedes, played up by Meyer. Vondrak will tip deep. Popped up into there by Littker. Lemke comes over to Largent, free balls it across. All of a sudden now ACGC not being aggressive. And that time miscommunication again. Meyer and Ealer both going for the attack, Jason. And all of a sudden both of them stop because they see the other one out of the corner of their eye. And then either one of them really gets a play on the ball.
And you know, we talked about that over the summer. You got to talk.
Yep. Serve that time by Rowley. Break for the Raiders. That one goes into the net. And the Raiders lead it here 17-16. Serve coming up here from Addison Ealer. Raiders trying to send this one to 5 sets. Serve on the way, played by Kaufman up to Lemke. Middle set for Camden. The block is there, and Cameron Ross, comes up with a block. And that'll make it 18-16. I'm joking when I say this, but sometimes there's too many girls that start with a K.
Hey, we were talking about that this year, too.
Serve receive going to be an overpass, tipped over by Meyer, dug that time by Camden. Lemke will go over to Mercedes, dug by Ealer to Vondrak. Now to Meyer, and Meyer going to pick up the kill. Raiders are up 3 at 19-16. Vondrak, I've got her now with the 18 assists on the night. Meyer with her 6th kill. Again, our Motor Inn player of the game coming up following in our post game here tonight. Addie Ealer with the serve. Played up by Littner to Lemke. Left side now to Largent. Roll shot deep. Played by Ealer over to Vondrak. Into the middle to Ross. And that is going to be another kill for Cameron Ross. Her 6th of the night. Raiders are up 4.
You know, more aggression here the last 5 or 6 points, and this is what happens. You come out on top.
ACGC got up 6 and started playing safe, folks. You never want to play safe in volleyball. And that time the serve out of bounds, and it's 20-17. You never really want to play safe in any sport,
Not
do
really,
you?
no.
The aggressive
Not anymore
team,
in anything,
Yeah, aggressive team's generally the team that wins. Now, I get it if you're up 20 and you're running clock late in a football game or, running clock late in a basketball game. Lemke with the serve. Played up by Ealer. Now to Vondrak. Right side or left side Meyer. And that's going to be touched. And long. It's going to be a point for the Raiders. And Meyer picks up her 7th kill. And the Raiders are up now 21-17. Ashinger again will head back to the service line. Serve on the way. Played by Mercedes. Kept alive by Camden. And free ball over by Lemke. Quirk goes to Vondrak, left side. Meyer, big swing. Dug that time by Lemke. Mercedes over to Largent, touched at the net. Vondrak goes into the middle to Quirk, and Quirk going to pick up another kill. And Esac pulling away here, and we're going to get a timeout called by ACGC at 22-17 in favor of Esac County. Back in 30 seconds here on Kick 106.7.
One of the best kept secrets in Carroll is JP Flooring. I was looking to replace the floor in a couple rooms at home. It can be super overwhelming with all of the options available. I popped by JP Flooring and was super surprised and impressed with the showroom and selection. I had no idea how extensive their product lines were. They have a designer on staff that helped me narrow down what I was looking for. When you change your floors, it changes the whole character of a room. I used their product visualizer and could literally see in advance what the styles would look like in my room. I totally recommend JP Flooring in Carroll.
ESAC crowd hasn't had a ton to cheer about here tonight, down 2-1, but the rally here in set 4, and they're stomping and clapping their feet as we come back from the break. Lemke will set it up now to Camden, tipped across, dug by Meyer, overpass, and right there is Camden to put it away, and that'll cut the Raider lead here to 22-18.
Yeah, when you get back on your heels, bad things happen sometimes.
Meyer anticipated a hard hit that time out of the right side and didn't get it. When it hit the net and came short, that got ESAC out of system. Ehler to Vondrak, middle set now to Quirk, tipped across, dug by Largent. Lemke goes left side, and there is going to be a kill, and dropping that one in is Mercedes. And Coach South must have saw the same thing that we did, because they've come out swinging here since the timeout.
Yeah, you know, they make good things happen when they do that.
Serve coming up here for Largent. That'll be played by Ehler over to Vondrak. Left side now Meyer. Big swing, touch to the net, dug by Largent. Hoffman sets it up, and the attack by Mercedes, dug by Ehler. Tipped across by the Raiders, and now they do take the second ball. Didn't think they were going to. Camden plays it across, played by Schmidt to Vondrak. Left side Meyer tipped across. Lemke gets it over to Kaufman. Bumps that left side up for Mercedes. Big swing, and that is going to be long. And the Raiders lead it now 23-19.
Now it's pretty tough, you know. Yep. It's tough when you're down, you know, six points and the other team's got 23.
Schmidt checks out. Wilson back in to serve for ESAC County. Serve on the way, played by Largent. Now off to Lemke. Littler roll shots it across to the donut, played by Vondrak, and that second ball gets set up almost into Mark Schaefer's lap. He's the up official here tonight. Now it bounced on the net where the metal piece is at, where, you know, and stuff, where the padding is on. I'm trying to explain to the folks, but it was literally like a foot right in front of Mark Schaefer, the up official. That cable is what I said, the metal piece. And now Vondrak with a big swing out of the left. And ESAC County has got set point here, up 24-20.
Yeah, maybe we can go into the final one here with a little momentum.
Kenna Meyer with the serve, played by Largent, now off to Lemke, left side Mercedes, touch to the net, that'll drop in. ACGC not going to go away as they stave off a one set point, and they'll put Littler back at the service line.
And maybe I spoke a little early. I have confidence.
Littler with the serve, played up by Meyer. Vondrak keeps it alive, bumps that left side to Ehler. Roll shot played by Kaufman over to Lemke. Left side again to Mercedes, touch the net off of a diving Aschinger. Another set point staved off. It's 24-22. Some of the ESAC crowd getting a little bit nervous. They're starting to clap, trying to get behind their team here. Serve coming up. Littler goes at Ehler right front. They'll come back over to Ehler. Big swing, and that is going to do it. Addison Ehler will send us to a fifth set as Addie Ehler picks up the set, winning a kill. That is number 5 for her tonight. We've got a timeout on the floor. We'll be back with set number 5. We'll play to 15. Got to win by 2. Back in 1.5 minutes right here on Kick 106.7.
From footings to framing to finish. For farm, home, or commercial, for more than 90 years, Wall Lake Lumber Company has been proud to help our communities grow. With 4 convenient locations and one of the largest building material inventories in the area, we are sure to be able to fill all your building needs. From project design and estimating to friendly advice, we can't wait to be part of the process for you. Wall Lake Lumber, with locations in Wall Lake, Lakeview, Odebolt, and Carroll. We're not your grandpa's lumberyard.
Oh, hell no, not again! Has the roof on your home or business been damaged by the recent hailstorm? Does your roof need looked at? Let our hail damage experts at Brinks Exteriors work for you to get you a new roof. Call 712 Roof Pro. We know the last thing you want to do is worry about your biggest investment. Hail happens, but we can fix it. Call Brinks Exteriors now for a free roof inspection. 712 Roof Pro.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you've worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
Olson's Outdoor Power is your one-stop service and equipment shop for all things outdoor. We sell the best power sports products in the business from Polaris, Can-Am, Sea-Doo, and Ski-Doo, trailers to tackle any job from H&H, Triton, and Wilson, and we continue to lead the way in lawn and garden equipment with great products from Exmark, Dixie Chopper, Husqvarna, Cub Cadet, Steel, and Echo. Add factory-trained technicians in 2 locations, and it's easy to see why Olson's Outdoor Power is the leader in all things outdoor. Olson's Outdoor Power, your one-stop service and equipment shop with locations in Atlantic and Carroll.
We're down a set and down 4-0 and 12-6 in the fourth set. And Jason, they come back and win.
But that's a veteran team.
Yep.
Right. They've got a lot of good leaders out there. They work hard, and they just pulled it out is what they did. And I think that's a credit to them, and they've done that their whole entire life.
Yep. They got better on the serve receive as that set went on, got more aggressive at the net themselves, which certainly did help.
Now, though, it's to 15. You can't go down by 4. You got to be the first one to 10.
Yep.
It's all the cards are on the table right now.
Mercedes will serve it for the Chargers to start this fifth set. Meyer on the serve receive, and Vondrak able to tip it over on the second ball. Lemke from Mercedes not able to track it down. Vondrak going to pick up another one. And Isak will grab the lead. Just the second time tonight they have scored the first point. So 3 times here tonight they've given up the first point. Lemke will set it up for a Largent. Big swing, touch the net off of Aschinger in the back row. We are tied at 1-1. So our first tie here. That fourth set only had 2 ties and 1 lead change. Our first tie was at 15. Our only lead change was at 16-15. Then we were tied at 16, and then Isak never trailed again. Really good serve, but the Raiders able to free ball it over with Schmidt. Rowley gets it over now to Littler. It'll be tipped across that time by Largent. They'll go to Schmidt right side. Roll shot to the donut, dug by Littler up to the net. And that is going to drop in for East County, and the Raiders will lead it here by a score of 2-1. Chargers not able to get that one over, and now Andy Ehler will head back to the service line. Serves it back left, played by Littler. And it going up that time was Lemke, and Lemke able to get it past Ross. Dumped it across and dumps it in for the kill, and we're tied at 2-2. Heading back to the service line now is going to be Lemke, and now we've got a conversation with the official and the players. I think the players either have to sit or they have to be at the end of the bench, and the assistant coach can't stand either. So only the head coach can stand. The players can stand, but they have to be at the end of the bench and not in front of the chairs.
There's always something different about volleyball.
Yep.
Served
by Lemke, going to be wide. And Esac County will be back up 3-2.
I think they do that, though, to protect the players that are playing on the floor, because they can still play it, even if it goes over, if they can get to it, they can play it.
Jen Aschinger with the serve, played by Largent, up to Lemke, left side now to Littler. And that one hits the antenna. And Esac County up by 2 here at the score of 4-2. Mackey Motors tailgate coming up at the end.
The demeanors, is changed too.
Yes, it has. Aschinger again with the serve. Lemke over to Largent, big swing, touch, played by Ehler, over to Vondrak, left side now Meyer, touch to the net, popped up that time by Camden. Lemke over to Largent, again, big swing, played up by Vondrak, free balled over by Quirk. Mercedes up to Lemke, left side to Largent, dug by Aschinger, over to Vondrak, now to Quirk, tipped across, played up into the air by Lemke. Camden over to Largent, hit across, played by Ashinger. Now Vondrak right side to Schmidt. Popped up into the air by Lemke. Kaufman will set it up for Mercedes in the back row. Goes deep middle, played by Ehler. Vondrak tips it over, and it's going to be out of bounds off of Largent. Another one for Kate Vondrak. I got her on officially with 14 kills tonight, and the lead is 5-2 in favor of Esac County.
You know, there's that senior leadership right there. She just knew right where she needed to put it, and they've got the point.
Ashinger again going to serve it away. ACGC had a question here about what happened there. ACGC still not happy with that call. Ashinger's serve going to be played up by Mercedes over to Lemke. Now Mercedes free balls it across. Can the Raiders take advantage? They'll go left side. Vondrak to Meyer. Block. Played up by Ashinger. Vondrak now goes to Quirk. Tipped across. Played up by Mercedes. Over to Lemke. Left side. Largent blocked by Quirk. Kept alive by ACGC. Now Largent roll shot to the corner. Played up by Ehler. Vondrak comes to Meyer. Tipped across. Played up into the air by Littler. Lemke comes left side. Tipped over beautifully by Largent. And that's going to drop in. And we've seen Vondrak do that a few times tonight. That time Largent taking a page and tipped it to that right front, which was wide open.
Yeah, she did a good job.
Largent back to serve, played by Ehler, up to Vondrak. Left side now Meyer. Again, Raiders starting to tip. Lemke comes now over to Littler. Roll shot. That'll be played by Ehler to Ashinger. Free ball over by Quirk. Kaufman over to Lemke. Middle attack for Mercedes, and that's going to be a kill. And actually, that one was Camden, excuse me. And all of a sudden, ACGC within one at 5-4. And Largent again heads back to the service line. Got Dave Waggy, legendary coach here at ESAC, sitting down here watching this one tonight. Of course, it's gray out night. Meyer again going to free ball, played by Largent, kept alive up by Camden, free balled over up by Lemke. Quirk to Vondrak, back to Quirk, tipped across, and that'll be touched by Camden. It'll drop in for Quirk.
You know, that
the Raiders lead at 6-4.
Takes a lot of athleticism. She went up to hit it with her right hand and then had to hit it with her left.
Serve coming up here for Ella Wilson. Ella's serve going to sail long. Chargers back within one at 6-5. Rowley will check in. Kaufman out for ACGC. Camden back to serve. Back middle, played by Ashinger, up to Wilson. Right side to Meyer. Big swing, and it's going to drop in for Meyer. Kenna Meyer gets it. It's now 7-5. ACGC questioning that one as well. And now the coach wants to go talk. Both line judges had it in. One had a touch. And now they're asking again, and Mark Schaefer going to have a conversation with the down official.
I think there was a touch, and I think it was in.
Yeah.
Both ways.
Yeah, I thought it was just in from our angle. We've got a different angle, of course, than what they have of the bench. We're up above here, so we've got a pretty good look. Kate Vondrak joining that conversation right now. So the line judge that had the best view, if it was in on the side, called it in, and it is going to stay with Esac County. Both officials agree. And now we've got Kenna Meyer back to serve. Serve on the way, played by Largent. Now over to Lemke, back to Largent. And that is going to be a kill for Largent. That was a good swing. She attacked out of the back row and went one-on-one and hit it to the side of the blocker. Ashinger didn't have a chance to really get a good play on it. There was too much area for Ashinger to have to cover back there. Littler with the serve, played by Ashinger. That'll be an overpass. They'll work it now over to Mercedes. Roll shot to the donut, played by Ehler. Wilson goes back to Ehler, and Ehler gets it through the block. They didn't get the block closed, and Addison Ehler picks up the kill. Wilson now with her 6th assist is coming into the ballgame. Ehler with her 6th kill, and we're going to get a timeout called by ACGC. 8-6. Raiders with the lead. We'll step away back in 30 seconds here on Kick 106.7.
DePaco Credit Union strengthens your well-being. Build strong communities. Because when our members love life, it makes a brighter community for all. DePaco can help you be well.
Could not have done it by myself.
Served by Quirk, played by Largent. Middle set for Rowley, blocked that time by Ross. Popped back up and played across the right side. That one's got to be behind the antenna. They did not call it. Mercedes now pushes it deep. That's going to sail long, and the Raiders caught a break. They're up 9-6.
You know, she was going to the right spot. She just hit it a little long is all.
Yep. Serve coming up here for Kendall Quirk. That'll be played by Kaufman, dumped across, and then Ehler dumps it back across, dug by Littler. Mercedes on to the left side, dug by Meyer over to Wilson. Tipped across by Ross, popped up by Lemke, and there is Cameron Ross to put down the overpass, her 7th of the night. Nope.
Now they called it over the net.
Yep, roofing call. So that'll make it now 9-7. That would have been a huge one. And now Mercedes heads back to serve it away for ACGC. Ashinger on the serve, received to Wilson. Left side, Ehler, big swing. Dug that time by Mercedes, up to Lemke. Left side to Largent, tipped across, popped up into the air. Nice diving effort that time by Ehler, but Raiders couldn't get a second ball high enough for anybody to play, and the Chargers are down 1 here at 9-8. Mercedes again with the serve, played up by Ehler, now to Wilson. They'll go back to Ehler left side, touch the net. Played up by Mercedes, now off to Lemke, left side to Largent, free balled into the back left corner, played by Meyer to Wilson. Left side, Ehler touched the net, that's going to drop in for Addie Ehler. Ehler now with 7, the leading hitter for the Raiders this season, has given them a 2-point lead here late in this 5th set, 10-8.
You know, in their rotation, you have Kate on one side and Addie on the other. You know, you're pretty lethal right there.
Vondrak back to serve, played by Littler. Lemke will bump set it left side for Largent. Roll shot deep left. Played by Meyer to Vondrak. Left side now Ehler again. Touched at the net. Played up by Littler. Lemke goes back row now to Mercedes. Tip left corner. Ashinger with that great speed tracks it down. They'll go middle to Ross. Touch to the net, but that's going to be off of Rowley and in for Cameron Ross. She has now got 7 kills on the night, and the Raiders are up by 3 at 11-8. Vondrak again will serve. Played by Littler, kept alive by Mercedes. And now Largent has to free ball it across. Vondrak into the middle to Ross, touched the net. Played up by Mercedes to Lemke. Back over to Largent. She's gotten a little bit safer with a lot of pushes as of late. Ehler with the swing. It's going to be touched. Pop back up. The Raiders will go to Meyer. Back row attack onto the left, played by Mercedes. Over to Largent. There's the swing, and that one's going to sail long. And it's now 12-8 in favor of East Sac County. We're going to get another timeout called by ACGC. We'll go ahead and keep it here. And Jason, if you'd have told me mid-part of that 4th set that East Sac would be winning set 5 right now, I might have gave you a look, because AC midway through that 4th set.
But you know how quick confidence changes with high school kids, you know, and that's what it is. We got some confidence. We started swinging a little bit better. We started passing a little bit better. And that makes a huge difference, you know, when it comes to getting that point or not getting that point.
If the Raiders can hold on here as we get ready for our Mackey Motors at tailgate, that would be a huge, huge comeback win against a very, very good ACGC team. I've been impressed with them tonight, first time seeing them.
Yeah, they're a good ball team.
Mercedes over to Lemke, left side Largent, deep and long. And we've got 2 points away now from East Sac, claiming a come from behind 3-2 win if they can hold on here.
But you know, Kate's been serving here for the last 4 or 5 points again.
Vondrak again with the serve, played by Mercedes. Lemke will set it for Mercedes onto the back row. Played by Vondrak. Schmidt now with the set to Vondrak. She'll free ball it across, played by Littler over to Lemke. Middle set for Rowley, tipped across, dug nicely by Meyer to Vondrak, pushes deep corner. Mercedes will play it, Lemke over to Largent left side. Largent is going to drop that one in, hit the top of the net and squeeze through the block as it came off the net. It's back to a 4-point lead at 13-9. As heading back to serve is Jenna Rowley, the 5'4" senior. Serve on the way, played Meyer back middle over to Vondrak, back set right side, Ehler, big swing. Off of Rowley, up into the rafters, and ACGC lost it after that. And that is going to be a kill for Ehler, and it is a match point for East Sac County, up 14-9.
And you know, Addie's been doing a good job, you know, just swinging and getting points for us here this last set.
Serve on the way, played by Kaufman. Lemke goes into the middle, tipped over that time, and picking up the kill is going to be Camden. Dumped that one into that right front corner. Raiders dove at it but couldn't get it playable. And it's now 14-10 as they stave off at one match point. Now Lemke will go back to serve. Serve on the way. Played by Meyer up to Vondrak. Back to Meyer left side off the net. Are they going to call touch? They call touch. And that is going to do it. Kenna Meyer knew it right away. She was celebrating. And East Sac County going to have a hard-fought 15-10 victory here tonight as they are going to win it in 5. Raiders win tonight 23-25, 25-21, 18-25, 25-22, and 15-10. We've got our Mackey Motors tailgate coming up next. Stay with us right here on Kick 106.7. We are back in 2.5 minutes.
Thank you.
Motor Inn of Carroll is your hometown team for all of your sales, service, parts, and collision needs all season long. From the helpful sales staff to the area's best service department, Motor Inn of Carroll has the expertise that you need to stay on the road and keep that auto investment looking good. From work to play, they have it all. Good luck to all the area teams from Motor Inn of Carroll.
This is Iowa, and Avelo Bank has called Iowa home since 1870. With 17 locations across the state, we're proud to be part of your community. Right now, you can open an Avelo Bank Simply Free checking account for you or your business and get a new debit card immediately. We'll even buy your old bank's unused checks. Stop by or visit us online to see how we're making better banking available for you. Avelo Bank, member FDIC.
Classes as a freshman here, it gets him more prepared and gets them the transition from high school to college is very nice to have that.
Smaller campus, so it's a lot easier to know where you're going. It's hard to get lost here, and there's always a smiling face to help you if you don't know where you're going.
It's really nice to be able to get college credits to maybe go further degree or just use your auto program to go into the workforce right away.
Being a part of a team is not only fun, it can give our students a sense of identity and help them develop long-term relationships. This is Dr. Nate Luth, Next Generation Chiropractic. Student athletes, make sure you are taking care of your body before, during, and after the game. Proper warm-ups and cool-down are vital to staying on the field or court, and having regular chiropractic appointments can help reduce the risk of injury. Stay in the game by taking care of your body. Good luck to all area student athletes this season. Let's stay healthy and have fun.
Midwest Wholesale is your local building products headquarters. We have everything you need for your smaller home improvements to the building of your home or commercial building. We pride ourselves on giving you top-notch service, quality products with competitive prices. So whether you're a do-it-yourselfer, a contractor, or you just need a little help on a project, Midwest Wholesale is a one-stop resource for all your building needs. Midwest Wholesale, how you want it, when you want it, where you want it, we deliver.
Show going on. Kate Vondrak with East Sac as the Raiders battle back from down 2-1 and even down 12-6 in that fourth set here tonight to pick up a hard-fought 3-2 victory against a very good ACGC ball club. Kate, I think you girls knew coming in you are going to be challenged tonight, but had to be really happy with the way you kind of settled in that late part of set 4 and kind of took over here tonight.
Yeah, it was their serve receive really got it, or their serve really got us. Our serve receive was struggling at first. Once we finally adjusted to those, we just swung away and went to their deep spots in their middle of the court, and it just wasn't good for us.
What adjustments did you guys make against their serve? Because it was giving you a lot of troubles.
Their serves were going deep and they were float, so we had to stay back and just freeze to the platform.
I thought as well, you guys got more aggressive once the serve receive got in. I thought they got a little safe there once getting that 12-6 lead in set 4. Did that help you guys get that momentum and kind of take over?
Yeah, definitely. We knew they started off really strong, but once we started catching up, they started going tipping and roll shot. So once we got that covered, we just swung away and couldn't be stopped.
How'd you guys try to defend against Mercedes at Rick here tonight and also the Largent girl?
They were going cross a lot, so we set up our block cross and just hopefully that got it, and if that didn't, then we had our defense behind us, and if they swung line, we had that covered.
Playing all the way around this year, you never really get a chance to come out. You're setting, you're hitting, you're serving. How do you keep your energy up in a 5-setter like this?
Eat a lot. Be motivated. Just want to win the games. You got to stay up.
What were you doing with your serve? Because I think unofficially had you for 5 aces tonight. What were you trying to do with your serve?
I started jump serving, and that wasn't really getting me any aces or anything, so then I just started my standing float. Just froze my hand and started working out well. They started dropping.
What was the conversation with you and Cameron Ross, also Kenna, who I see standing over here, and Addie? I thought them three started to swing better, and you and them three kind of got into a rhythm that mid part of the fourth set.
They were blocking our right sides. They set up strong there, so I knew I couldn't use them a lot. So I went to our middle. Our threes were working great, and I told our outsides, swing hard and you'll break right through their block, and that's just what we kept doing.
I tell you what, great job out here tonight.
Thank you.
Congratulations on a very nice win.
Thank you.
You bet. Kate Vondrack joining us. We've got Kenna Meyer working her way over here to the post game, and we'll get her on the headsets here tonight. And Kenna, congratulations. What a win here tonight. This one's got to feel pretty good.
Yeah, it feels awesome. I was a little bit scared, but I'm glad we pulled it out.
I got to ask before we talk a lot about the match here. Gray Out Night for you've been a part of this for years with your sister playing, and now you for 4 years on the varsity. What was your thoughts going in, and what's the emotions like being a part of this?
It's really great to be a part of something that's been running this long and seeing that he's still coming to the volleyball matches. It's really great. But it's hard to play in because you're emotional all day, and then you got to play a good match.
That's part of the reason I led into that with you is you girls struggled through the first really 2.5 to 3 sets here tonight. Was it just kind of getting yourself out of that mindset of everything that was involving tonight and kind of getting refocused on playing?
Yeah, I think so. It was a lot of stress getting everything set up, so a lot to think about.
I know the senior group always does a great job of kind of developing this night. To kind of take us through everything that went into putting tonight together with all of the auction items and everything you girls do.
Well, every single girl had to go around towns and get donations from businesses, and we got to set it all up and make sure that there's tickets ready, buckets, getting it all here and on time, which is kind of the hardest thing we had to do.
Let's talk a little bit about the match now. Slow start. They come out and take set 1. It was really close. You guys rally back and get set 2, but then they take set 3 to go up 2-1. I thought early, and Kate said it, you guys struggling with the serve receive. What did you see back there from their floats, and why were they so difficult to handle?
It was either going to touch the back line or it was going to drop right in front of you. You couldn't tell which way it was going to go because every time you'd step up, it'd go back farther, or step back, it'd go pretty short, and so I thought that was what we struggled with the most.
And I noticed tonight they didn't do a lot of top spins, but the ones they did look tough as well. Which did you think were tougher to be able to play, the floats or the top serve tonight?
I think it's the floats because we don't deal with a lot of them, really. We see a lot of top spins, so I think that was the hardest part.
Take me through how they were blocking you and how you tried to adjust to that as this night went on.
We knew coming in that their middle blockers were shorter, but I think they probably saw how that would work and got their blocks up, so I had to try to swing through it, swing line, or swing really hard cross.
I thought you guys were tipping and pushing a lot early and then got more aggressive as the match went on. What kind of changed the mindset for you guys?
We realized that they saw the tips coming just like we saw their tips coming, so we had to be aggressive, and it was kind of hard once you get into that tipping mindset, but you just got to push through. You
knew that last one was touch. You were celebrating the second you hit the ground. What was that feeling like?
It was awesome. It's a gray out game. Fun game for everybody, knowing a lot of people are watching. It's just great to we haven't played 5 sets this year, so it's really good to win that first 5-setter.
How do you think this helps you?
I think this helps us because we play a lot of good teams coming up and gets us in the mind that we can do pretty much anything as long as we adjust.
Well, Ken, I tell you what, great to see you again. Appreciate you joining us here, and best of luck coming up the rest of the way. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
You bet. Got Brandon Steiger, the head coach, set to join us next, and we'll get some thoughts from Coach here tonight as he picks up a win as the head coach in his first night on Grayout night. And Brandon, I know you know Dave and what this night all means. So what's it like for you, your first year as the head coach, to get a win on Grayout night in the honor of both Dave and Cheryl Waggy, who are both here tonight?
Yeah, that was just awesome to see them here. I've been to a million Grayouts in my life, but it's pretty fun being on the other side. We're just happy that they're able to be here this year.
Well, I got to tell you, there's a reason I'm up in the broadcast area and you're down on the court, because in that fourth set tonight, they're up 12-6. And I said on the air, I'm like, this lead can't get any bigger or they're going to need a timeout. You didn't call one, and your girls started to rally. You just have so much confidence in this group that they can figure things out and go do what they need to.
I do. I mean, these girls have just, like I always said, you girls have the talent. You know, you just have to believe, and you just have to stick together, and, you know, confidence is what we are all about this year, and we knew we needed it to beat this team. You know, I'm not gonna lie, we watched a lot of game film on this team, and, you know, we had a pretty good game plan coming in, and it was just fun to execute it. So,
how are you guys trying to defend the Largent girl and Camden Richter here tonight, or Mercedes Richter, excuse me?
You know, we knew they had some really good outsides. We thought that we could get, you know, some more touches on the ball. We knew they set the ball really high, so we thought that we could, you know, get some more touches and give our back row a little bit more time to get there. But we knew they would have some runs, and we knew they would probably win some games. I mean, even in their 3 losses, they still have a win, so they've never been swept. You know, we knew they were going to be a good team coming in, and we just had to do our best to get some tips. We had to do a little bit of adjusting here and there. You know, we wanted to force them to try to go line, so we switched Kate Vondrak to middle, you know, and she just led our team. I mean, she did great tonight.
Coach, you struggled with the serve receive early. What adjustments did you make as a coach to see in that?
You know, we didn't really do much adjusting on the serve receive. We just knew we had to get better at it. I mean, we kept preaching them all year. We knew that was our biggest weakness coming into the season, and that's what we've been working on the hardest. But we knew if we could just get some good passes, we knew we'd get some good sets, and we knew we'd get some kills.
Coach, we talk a lot and well-deserved about Kate Vondrak and Addie Ehler and Kenna Meyer and stuff, and they all came up with big moments tonight. But I thought Cameron Ross and Caitlin Schmidt, 2 girls who probably don't get a lot of pub from radio and other media, but I thought those 2 came up with some clutch plays for you tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. We told them coming into this game, you know, we watched a lot of the film, I said, but we knew coming into this game that they would get set more this game than they've ever gotten set all year. So that was a game plan of ours. We knew that their middles were short and they set everything outside, so we knew we had to rely on them, that, you know, coming into this game.
Emmitsburg now over there on Thursday. What are you looking at with that one?
You know, honestly, we're, you know, pretty distracted here with the Grayout, and we haven't looked much at them. We know they beat SEC, so it's not somebody that we're sleeping on. But we're going to go there and we'll be ready to play.
Well, Coach, congratulations on the win tonight. Appreciate you joining us.
Yep, thanks a lot. Thanks for always coming.
You bet. Head coach Brandon Steiger again of the ESAC Raiders. They pick up a 3-2 victory tonight against ACGC. Let's announce our player of the game tonight. It was not an easy choice, as so many different Raiders, as we mentioned, came up with big plays. But my unofficial stats, and I'll get the official stuff from Coach later tonight, and that's what I'll get posted on the website. But we're going with Kate Vondrak here tonight. Unofficially, I had her 14 kills, 25 assists, and 5 aces here tonight. So Kate Vondrak is our Motor Inn player of the game. For Miss Berger in our video tonight, for Nathan back in the studio. For my broadcast partner, Jason Phillips, this is Jeff Blankman saying thank you for listening to high school volleyball coverage here tonight on KIT 106.7. ESAC again downing ACGC 3-2.